Wendy, do you want me to start the intro?
It's kind of hard when we all kind of agree on a lot of shit. The thing that we disagreed on the most was when we did the tier list. That was a little more disagreeable. Like that definitely
that was
happened.
only like subjective. There was no objectiveness to it. It was only subjective.
I think we'll disagree today.
Oh, really?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Can we start on this?
Yeah, I just started 30 seconds ago.
All right. Good morning, viewers. It is currently August 4th, 2026, but you will not get it on that day. Today we are discussing ReZero, starting life in another world. The main character, Subaru Natsuki, tries to figure his way out through this magical world and soon finds out that death is the only thing that has greeted him. All right, brothers. Let's begin.
Let us come.
Nice intro.
Excuse me?
I wanted to start off like this. Do you guys remember the year you guys first heard of ReZero?
So long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Too long ago.
Yeah.
I was still sharing a bedroom with Diankra.
Was it even really a bedroom?
It was a loft.
Yeah.
It was not a bedroom. It did not have a door.
It was not
It did not have a wall. We were living in a shipping container that was right next to our parents' room.
Pretty much.
And I remember when we first watched the first episode of this delightful show.
Happy
Yes.
show.
Very happy. And I saw the man wearing the nasty jumpsuit.
The tracksuit? You're not a big fan of the tracksuit, are you?
That shit is nasty. I hate that fit. I hate that fit. By the way, season 4 fit, best fit he's had in the entire series, easily.
I want to go in order before anything. So,
Yes.
before anything happens,
Hold on. Season 4 fit is all right. The tracksuit of Doom is fucking legendary. Imagine getting mopped by a nigga in a trap suit all the time.
Nope. I'll tell you this. Tracksuit ain't even top 2. I'll say that. Tracksuit ain't even top 2.
you like his robe more?
Oh, matter of fact, it's not even top 3.
Crazy.
His robe is better. Season 4 is better. And the ceremony when he's knighted, better too.
Oh, that's a tough.
Nah, bro. Tracksuit is definitely top 2. It's
Trash.
top 2. You can't pass up on an original.
He
I'm
looks
sorry.
like he came out of a fucking Ross.
Hey, bro.
He did.
You
He
know
went to
what?
convenience store.
It's literally got his initial on it, bro. The orange and black with the white is such a nice mixture of fucking colors, bro.
That's true.
And the bro literally wore his fucking his butler outfit on top of that shit, bro, and it still looked good.
Butler fit is better, honestly.
I actually don't like the butler outfit that much.
Having a tracksuit that is literally designed with fire ass colors for one, and then having your initials on it is fucking phenomenal, bro.
Well, agree to disagree. Anyways, Jacob, where were you going with the beginning part?
Let's explain to the listeners who don't know what ReZero is, what ReZero is.
Do you want me to explain?
We could give our own definitions.
Okay.
You want to go first?
Yeah. I only have one word to describe ReZero, buddy.
Okay, I'll go after you. Yeah.
What word is that?
Masterpiece.
I would agree with this. Now, I'll explain this now. ReZero is a light novel / web novel / manga / anime that has been around. Well, I think the web novel has been around since 2012, and the anime has been around since 2016. This is a story about, what is he, 17, when he first gets teleported to another world, a different realm entirely, where even the constellations are different. And he comes in thinking that he's the main character, and he realizes very soon on now he's gonna get it pushed in. So it's a very I wouldn't say realistic approach, but it's a very human approach to a story like this. Go ahead and give your definition.
My definition of this story would probably be, it reminds me a lot of a false positive. That is the definition I would give it. And not in the perspective that you think, not like, oh, it's sneakily not a good show, like not positive, it's negative. No, that's not what I mean. It means, just like in real life, when you get tests, you can be told something is definitive, even though it could be false. There's still a chance it could be false. There's still a chance that can be changed. It can be different. I think that this show is the perfect example of showing how things are set in stone, showing how people are set in stone, yet showing that even stone could be melted depending on the approach that you take, depending on what you are willing to face yourself as a human.
I think the biggest motif about the show, because a lot of people call it suffering the anime, and it's just that. I think it's one of the most hopeful shows I've ever seen in my entire life. Not even just anime. I think it's constant hope.
I can't lie though. When we're in the mulchi centers, it is very painful to watch. I cannot even lie. It's very stricken.
I would disagree, and I would say the thing that was painful to watch is in season 1 when he's like yelling at Amelia. I think that's the only part that's painful to watch because I physically cringe at it.
Yeah.
No, I disagree. Actually, most painful, low key, bro, has to be, I want to say season 2.
Oh, spoiler alert! We're going to talk about all 4 seasons that are out. So arc 1 through half of 6.
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead.
Seeing in season 2, I feel like we seen Subaru at his lowest, and truthfully, it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough to see him like go through like all that shit. Like he not only did he go through the trials that actually like reamed his fucking life away, but like fucking he was dead ass really begging Roswell for like to basically like to let him pass, like to let through, like to give up on it, basically to just stop everything. He literally sat there and begged him, which I mean, as we know now, like Super doesn't really necessarily do. Even in season 1, he didn't really like do that.
I'll disagree with that as well, because the thing I think his lowest point is arc 3. Arc 3 was the one with the white well and all that. It's because he's at his very worst as a person there. That's why it's the lowest, because it's all about him in that moment. And in season 2, it's horrible at what happens to him. He physically gets tortured, mentally gets tortured. His spirit is getting worn down. It is horrible. But he's at the end of the day, he has an end goal. It's not just only for himself. In arc 3, it's all about himself, and he has to realize it can't be about myself. And that's when he realizes, oh, I'm trash. That's when he's like, well, he's able to move on past that. That's his lowest, and it's not because it's a big fight or anything like that, or that like he's going through physical pain. Is that he was willing to just give up, and he could have just run away at Rem. He was willing to. That right there is his lowest point possible. Not the part where he lost his mind and he carried Rem, which is an amazing episode. That's not even his lowest part. His lowest part is after that.
When he gives up.
When he gives up, that's his lowest part. Because it's the most selfish thing he could possibly do. The most slothful.
I'll say this. I think you're not wrong in that. I think that is his lowest point as a character. But for me, season 4 truly was the hardest thing to watch for me.
It's the same person.
Like, by far. Well, not even just that, because it is. It's just even worse because they obviously the writer specifically targets this thing, even if it's subconsciously when he's writing it, he just makes it this way. But he flips the whole thing from season 1 on its head where now it's like he's not trying to find this he's not trying to find this approval. He's not trying to become like friends and make these connections. He already has them. And there's a version of him that has done all these great things, but he literally cannot even fathom that he has done these things. He believes that cannot even possibly be him. He doesn't even think he's himself anymore because it's so beyond what he thinks himself capable of. And I think that's just painful for many reasons, because season 1, and just if you even watch the show, the whole point of it with his character, even like the scenes in the sanctuary and whatnot, the whole point of it is that they're targeting Echidna, especially is targeting like the self-loathing that he has so much, the thing that makes him want to feel unlovable and like makes it seem like he has to be this different person so that people can love him. And the fact that in season 4 it turns, and now it's not he has to put on a face to become that person. It's he already has been that person, and now he has to live up to the expectations of that person. So now he hates himself even more. He thinks this version of himself he hates because he's like, and he's so jealous and he's so envious. This is like his peak of, I would probably say this is probably the most twisted version of his like of jealousy, just at least in my opinion, because like he's not even jealous over anybody else's actions. Like you could as a human understand, okay, yeah, he's jealous about Reinhardt, he's the fucking like Superman. Oh, he's jealous about Julius, he's like a super powerful, super well respected knight. Like all these things, he's so jealous about himself, not even because, oh yes, I was so powerful. No, just because these people loved him so much. And I think that watching that episode after episode of it getting worse and him just writhing in this jealousy and just him experiencing kind of the similar thing to season 1, but just like the marinated version of it. I think that was so, I think, and like I said, in my opinion, that was the hardest thing for me to watch. Especially, I hate amnesia things in shows. I hate it so much. Not that it's done incorrectly. I think it's done in a good way, and there are shows that do it in a good way, but I just don't like that trope because it makes me feel like really weird, and I hate that feeling. And I think that obviously ReZero brings out that feeling even more because they're harboring all this negative emotion around amnesia, around forgetting. Also, what the other characters are experiencing because his memory loss as well, that makes it hard for me too. Just like Julius, just like Rem, or Ram, I should say at this point, like the people that he only remembered last, now they have no tie to the world because of that. So I think that's just, I don't know. It really ate me up watching it. It was really bad. But it's my favorite season in the entire show so
Same.
far. So
it's not even done at the time of recording this.
Yeah.
It's not even done.
It still won't be done even by the time this is released.
Yeah. Well, some I listened later on. But the thing is with this season, it's written in every way to make it just level up. It's constantly a level up. And screw Cedric, because before I watched the season, I was like, oh, I like season 1 the best between the 3 seasons. And he's like, oh, season 4 reminds me of season 1 a lot. This guy. It's the same character from season 1 returning.
He literally said, this man, Jacob, hold on. You can't say nothing. This man, Jacob, literally said this, okay?
Oh, God.
Actually, I don't remember. Hold on. I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought. But he said something. I have to remember.
What I said was is that I like season 1 the best. I feel like the ReZero's it's not like an action anime. It's a psychological, emotional show, and I think season 1 did that the best so far. And he's like, "Oh, season 1 reminds me of season."
Okay, yeah. And then I was like, honestly, if you liked season 1, you'll like season 4 a lot. It's kind of got like remnants of fucking season 1. And then he was like, "Well, that makes sense. Everybody in the like everybody who's read like the light novel and everything, this is like their favorite arc." And I was like, "Yeah, I understand it." Go ahead, Nick.
I have a question.
Oh God.
Who do you guys, just from your personal experience, what side character has the biggest emotional tie to you? Like, which side character do you feel the biggest emotional pull from?
Amelia. Has to be. Amelia. Ram is very well written. Because I'm thinking every time I get an emotional response, who's on screen the most other than Subaru? It's Amelia. Season 4, that last episode, season 11, made my eyes teary. Not a lot of shows do that. Not a lot of shows. And it wasn't because of Subaru, it was because of Amelia.
I'm going to have to say Beatrice. Starting from season 1, you start to like get this like feeling that she's just not as cold as she is, from the holding Subaru's hand, from the talking to the way she would talk to him when she makes the contract with him. She makes it clear that like, oh, you know, I'm like with you type of shit. Like, I'm not leaving your side. Like, this is my benefit. My whole point is to keep you alive, basically. It wasn't just because of the contract. She willingly made that contract. And learning after season 2, go ahead, Nick.
I don't want to cut you off, but I will say this. I kind of disagree. She's not there to keep him alive. She's there to live alongside him. There's a vast difference in that.
I would say that is a difference.
She actually is. I can decide between her, like, and someone else. I don't want to interrupt you because it's not my turn, but I just want to say that, in my opinion, that is her point of being alive. Because if it was just to keep him alive, it would be a very different feel. But that's not the thing that turned her to make her get past her thing where she was just waiting for this person. Subaru just says, like, I'm not going to say I'm that person, but I want to be with you. I want to experience this with you, and you can live your life with me.
Well, yeah, I was getting to that point. So basically what I was saying is, in season 1, from season 1 specifically, that's what it's literally feeling like. She has some sort of character development. She's not just seemingly just cold only. Like, you know, at first she seems a little cold, but once she starts to get a little bit of depth in that first season, it's like, okay, like, I'm starting to kind of understand, you know, a little bit. But once you hit second season, that like depth gets larger, because like, you actually see Betty like get in depth of her own emotions. You see how she really wants to be chosen. She wants to find this chosen person, like you said, and she wants to be by their side. She shows how bad she was literally alone, how lonely she was from like for the 400 years that she was there. And how she wanted companionship, basically. And it was devastating to see her fucking struggle like that. And the amount, like, when they were having the conversation and she was telling him to choose her, like, it wasn't like, oh, you know, like, she literally showed how depressed she really fucking was. How, like, for a spirit to be that depressed and lonely, to like, and to live that long, to be longing for death because of that, is like, it really shows you how emotionally like destructive that was to her. And it was like, okay, like that's fucked. And for Subaru to come in and like change her opinion slightly, and then fight her on it, and for her to finally be like, yeah, I choose you. And she opens up, with leads into like season 3 a little bit, just a little bit. In season 3, you really see like their connection. You don't get to see too much because, I mean, she's like missing most of like the most of that season. Go ahead.
I will say, to highlight that, because like you said, she misses most of that season, but it's literally because she's like the only reason he survived. His leg getting fucking blown off. She sacrificed like all her energy stayed up all 24 hours just to keep him alive. And she still comes back at the end. That is insane.
And she used the
And I'll say
crystals
this
that she
too.
was going to use her bring back Puck.
Yes, which she loves Puck. This too, I will say. And I'm agreeing with you entirely, Cedric, with your points. I'll just add on to it. I love Betty so much because just like a little girl, which she's the artificial spirit of, that's what she was made to be. She's inherently so like selfish. That she like wants what she wants. She's greedy, echidna,
Childish,
very self-explanatory. Yes, the fact that even a child, because of like what Subaru has done and the connection like he's made, she's so selfless because of him, and that's against her nature as a child of echidna, especially, and someone who's in like in pain for 400 years. Like, I just think, I don't know, her character, I just love her character so much. Like, if I'm not even gonna lie, if there's ever a loop where she actually like is gone from the story, I will be very sad because she is a very good character. Anyways, continue.
And like you said, yes, she gave like basically everything to keep Subaru alive in season 3. And like I said, I wish we would have seen a little bit more, but there was understanding to it because to keep Subaru going, like that was just, she literally gave everything. She was basically in a fucking coma. And then we come to season 4, and I'm not saying that nobody stood out above the rest. I'm not saying anybody stood out. I'm saying that in general, when Subaru is going through all this like amnesia shit, and he's thinking everybody is suspect, everybody is fucking, everybody plays their little part to showing him that like, oh, we're like with you, you know what I mean? Everybody has some sort of piece and like that's there. But Betty really shows that last fucking episode before anything else. She dead ass sacrificed herself. She sacrifices the fuck out of herself just to keep him alive, even knowing he does not have his fucking memories. She literally jumped in front of an explosion for him. And once he realized that shook him. That really shook him. Seeing that would threw him off. A lot of shit shook him throughout this season so far, but that was like devastating. And go ahead.
Can I ask you a question?
No.
Why do you think that shook him so much?
I think because the state of mind he was in, where he just thought, everyone's betraying me. Everybody's betraying me. I trust nobody. And for her to sacrifice herself in basically someone he doesn't even know, somebody he knows he knows everyone's suspect to him basically, and for them to just throw their life for his, it was huge. It was a eye opener for him. Like, why are they doing so much for me? He spends that whole time like, why are they treating me like this? Why? Who is this Subaru Inosuke that they know? And it was eye opening because clearly, to him, this other Subaru was doing something right. Was fighting for them. He was doing everything to keep them alive, basically. And clearly, the other Subaru was willing to sacrifice for them as much as they were willing to sacrifice for him.
I'll say this too, adding to what you said. Watching that last episode, I definitely got emotional because the Amelia part, that's a completely whole thing in itself. But I think it's so interesting, Jacob, because the whole thing with Amelia is like, that is the first point where no matter, and I want you to explain like your reasoning for Amelia too, because we went in depth with Betty. So I'll let you get super into it, and we know Amelia's reasons why that happened and how deep it was, because that was the first time she said what she said to him. But I think it's just so potent for Betty, and I think it made so much sense, because if that thing didn't happen with Betty, Subaru probably would not have been as open to the Amelia part, because all those things had to happen. And just imagine in his perspective, like, I just put myself in his shoes, and like I said, I love Betty as a character, and just imagine you're in this place and a literal child like shields you and kills herself to save you because she loves you so much. That is why that part felt like exactly like Amelia's part to me. It's not romantic. That's not the point of it at all. The point is, she's just like Amelia. She loves him no matter, doesn't matter that his memory is gone and he's a different person at this point. She knows that, and she still does that for him, because at the core, he's still himself. And I think that part hurt a lot. Even though I knew, just watching the show, the loop is going to come back. It's going to happen. But it's just the seeing of it is just so potent. And she's just such a good character. Every person in the tower, by the way, 10 out of 10 character. And they're so different. Every single person, even the people who aren't active, are active in the fucking storyline. That is insane. But I will digress. Cedric, Betty is one of the best characters in the show, easily. And but Jacob, explain Amelia.
I want to go to Beatrice. I don't want to. I want to say Beatrice is just a little bit more.
Yeah,
I do. The thing I think what this show does very well is that it stays in Subaru's perspective, very, very, very well, because stuff will happen around him, and you have no idea why. They'll say things that are meaningless. They were talking about Flugel seasons before season 4.
Season 1.
Yeah, they kept constantly talking about him. The tree. Better Q said that was. He said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Master Flugel." When he takes the witch's thing, Flugel constantly comes up, but we don't know anything about that. We still don't know anything about that. And I say that because when he makes a contract, when Subaru dies in arc 3, over and over and over, and he goes like, Beatrice, I need you to keep me alive. That's all you have to do. I'll stay here. Just keep me alive. And she was gonna do it, but she's like, whatever, I'll do it. And she acts, like what he said. He acts cold and everything, but then before I get into that, he goes, just keep me alive to the 4th day, because he thinks he's like a time limit or something. He said, just keep me alive to the 4th day, and once the sun comes up, I'll leave the mansion. That's it. That's all you have to do. And so the whole thing with Ren happens. Ram dies. Her twin sister gets horribly mad because her little twin just died. So she tries to kill Subaru because he obviously knows something. Beatrice steps in. She does her job, but the day's already over. He runs out the mansion. She follows him. And then Subaru goes, "Why are you here?" And she goes, "I don't remember putting a time limit on." She didn't have to do that. That contract is over. She don't have to do that. She was in her own way already starting to pick Subaru because he went to her. We don't know that until season 2, though. The second half of season 2.
Amazing writing.
Yes. But it's all in Subaru's perspective. And just like us, what we were doing, we were only thinking about Subaru. And Subaru was only thinking about himself. It wasn't until later seasons. Like season 2 was the real first time where we could see through another character's perspective, which was Amelia in the trials. That's the first time we see through another character's perspective, because that's the very first time that Subaru truly, truly looks in someone else's perspective. Because when he goes to Amelia, he's like, "Oh, you're a pain in my ass. Why would anyone want to do this other than someone who loves you?" And that's when he's like, that right there shows you he's looking at from her perspective, because he actually cares. He doesn't want her to possess her as he did before, or doesn't need her love to he doesn't need her to love him that bad. She goes, "You love me in time because I love you. If you are the type of person I think you are, I'm sure you love me in time. That's why it's good. And it's the same thing with Beatrice. It's not a romantic love like how he loves Emilia. Same thing. He goes when he finally goes there. He goes, I'm not that person. I'm not gonna pick you like that. You have to pick me. You have to pick me. And she's like, no. That the saddest part about this, for 400 years, she sat in front of that door. She has a bed, remember? She was playing with Puck and everything. She has a bed, but she sat in front of the door every second of every day, waiting for that person to come and choose her. Subaru is the one that didn't hammer it in her, who let her choose who's going to be that person. Well, to be fair, Subaru's the only person who knows that that person didn't exist, because Echidna is like, I don't know. Yep. Let's see. Her own mother. And even now, as far as I know, Beatrice still doesn't know that. This is another tragedy on top of that. And you know how Roswell has to like clone himself over and over? She thinks original Roswell died the whole time ago, which is another reason why this guy's evil. He just let her stew for 400 years, thinking that the original one is dead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that is why I think Echidna is like truly so evil. It's because like all the other witches at this point, at least, besides Vanity, that seems like a different thing we don't even know about yet. But all the other witches just seem kind of like forces of nature, where it's like, oh, you looked at me, you've done one bad thing, you disintegrate. Like they just have like, they feel like forces of nature. But Echidna is so like intentional with everything she does. I think it's because of her intelligence. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and her intelligence makes it worse because she knows of what she does, but she does it anyways. Just like the whole thing with the sanctuary, where she's literally like, oh, you can do anything you want with me. You can do anything this, you can do anything that. I don't care what you do. I just want to be there. Like she just doesn't care. And she doesn't care how Subaru feels either, because she's greed. Greedy people don't concern themselves with the feelings of others. So I think she's especially evil because she has the intelligence to create beings like Betty, have followers like Roswell, all these things, create the sanctuary, and she does it without, and she knows the implication of what it has on those people, yet she does it anyways because she feels nothing from it. And I think that's just truly just sickening.
I think a thing with Beatrice connected to her, I think Beatrice is a lot like Mealy than a lot of people believe it, like think. Because the thing with Mealy is that whoever she's with, she's kind of copying that style. That's why she's so much like Elsa. Beatrice is doing the same thing. And that's why she's so cold. She's so logical over emotional. Even though her core being that she's super emotional. The thing with Echidna, though, she is a terrifying villain, but not because she's super strong and not even because she's super intelligent. It's the scene where Subaru's like insulting her, yelling at her, and she continues smiling at him just like a dull smile. And he goes, this is a part where you could get mad at me. This is where you're supposed to be mad at me. And she just continues smiling. There's no real emotion there. It's just hedonistic satisfaction.
She's just thinking of her own goals the whole time. She's not even paying attention to what he's saying.
Yeah.
She doesn't even care.
The thing is, it's not that she's not paying attention, is that she fully comprehends it. She just, it doesn't matter. She's absorbing it.
But nothing's coming from it.
And Beach's mind, that's her mom. Beach's mind, she's so caring. Would someone who's so caring leave their daughter be staring at a door for 400 years without just even a word of advice? Or a blank book that's supposed to tell you the future? You could at least give a hint or give something, but nah. That's why Beach is
evil.
Is such a tragic character. She's like the girl from Interview with the Vampire, when the little girl becomes a vampire and she's a little girl forever.
Horrible.
She's basically that. She's chemically, mentally, still a little girl, physically still a little girl, but obviously she's wise because she's old. She's very intelligent because she's old. She's very emotionally intelligent as well. Even her grammar is like 1,000 times better than Amelia. Amelia says super duper.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if Beatrice says super duper. It would feel out of character.
Mm-hmm.
And
100%.
imagine if Amelia says nuisance.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be out of
It wouldn't
character.
feel the same.
Exactly.
I mean, even the fact that her main quote is "I suppose," that is such a
Mature.
formal, mature quote. It's just so sad coming from her. It's so sad. I don't know why too. In the entire series, when she cries, it invoked so much more feeling from me than a lot of other characters when they cry in the series. Maybe because she's a little girl and I like just feel so terribly like about what she's been through. And because even before I found out her entire backstory, I was just saddened so much by just like all the things that she would do, and just like even when she tries to help, like things would just go wrong, and just like seeing the aftermath of it, it was just very devastating.
I think with her, you keep seeing over and over. She acts like she's cold, and she acts like she doesn't care. When she like teleports Subaru away, or she goes away, or she escalates herself, she simply says, "Oh, I don't want to see people die. That's just bad on my conscience. I'll lose sleep over it." Or she'll say like, "Oh, I'll do this because Puck will get mad if I don't." But in reality, like what Subaru's doing, keeping his real feelings hidden, she did it because she wanted to, or she didn't do that, or she ran from it because she ran away from the problem, like Subaru did. She's very, very much like Subaru. And the thing was,
she says, "Oh, it's because the book told me." But the book had been blank for fucking ages.
Yeah, centuries. And I think the contrast between them is so good as well, because like we saw Subaru stopped going because he got depressed. He stopped going to school. He stopped going out. He didn't leave his room. Beatrice did the same thing, exactly the same thing for even longer. The thing with Subaru is that he had the people with him in the house the whole time that he could go to, and he wanted them to like take him out, just like how Beatrice is waiting for that person to take her out of the place. And still, hold on, I'm getting a phone
Do you know what
call.
I would say the difference between Betty and him was, though? The difference is that Subaru had his parents were there. Like if he wanted to, he could have always gone out and seen them. But the thing with Betty is she didn't have that. The only person there was what, Roswell?
And she thought that was
Mr. Evil?
Yeah,
No. Yeah, and he wouldn't give a fuck. He'd be like, He literally knew her whole thing, and he chose
greed.
He chose to fuck with her too.
And
he's
he's
literally
going with the book, remember?
Yes.
Kidnap.
And he kept even egging on Subaru to be like, "Oh yeah, just go over there and tell her that you're the person." That is so fucked up. That is
After
so
he said he loves her.
up. Yeah, that is
like a sister.
fucked up. Yeah, he's mentally fucked, man.
Yeah, I actually hate Roswell with passion.
Each season gets
Roswell
worse,
is
huh?
Terrible.
That motherfucker is terrible.
It is horrible.
I think in the light novel they do that even better, because they play it off in the beginning like he's such a joke, and then you just see later on how like corrupted of a human this person is. Yes, and I'll say this as well, for Beatrice, I will never forgive what they cut out in season 4. I will never forgive this. Do you guys remember? I think it was a second loop when they were trying to get to the tower, and the big worm gets cut in half, and Pachitray gets shot, and the Subaru's on the floor with his guts out, and the beach is right there. His guts are literally falling out, and so his body he can't move his body anymore. He's that weak already. He can't move, and so Beach is crying over him, and then they both get shot and they die, and the loop restarts. In the light novel, Subaru uses unseen hand and he wipes away her tears, trying to give comfort to her, even though that this is gonna all reset. He would still rather her be in comfort before this all happens. He uses unseen hand to wipe away the tears from her eyes, even though like unseen hand takes a lot out of him, and he literally cannot physically move. And I think that's such a heavy scene that they cut out. It could have just been a couple seconds even, and they cut it out. Another thing too, this is a side thing. I'm gonna go right back on it. You know the scene where Ram put her finger down Subaru's throat to make him throw up in the tunnel. They try to cut that out, but the creator's like, no, don't cut that out. That's pivotal. And they're like, no, why? It's just a scene that we don't have to waste time and animate. And he's like, no, it's pivotal. Keep it in. And the reason why is because Ram isn't like a Beatrice type character. Ram isn't like an Amelia type character. There's no romance. It's not a harem. You see like a motherly role for her do that. She's not super nice. Obviously, she's Ram. She's mean to everyone. But Ram, literally in her own way, is willing to go down in the dirt with you. She's straight up willing to. If you need a partner in crime, it's Ram. Straight up, she'll do time. She like that. Like she's willing to get her hands dirty for the people that she cares about. And it's horrible the way she dies in that loop as well. But she was willing to let herself die for Subaru for that. But she said, "Oh, it's just for Rem to her memory to stay alive." Do you think that's the only reason out of all these characters? Even how much we just talked about Beatrice alone? Obviously not. But yeah, that's why it's very, very pivotal to listen to the creators, because little scenes like that, like we just talked about Beatrice on the cliff saying, "Oh, I don't remember time limit." Little scenes like that add to the character so much. It shows who they are. They're not just tropes, or not. They're not even really just characters. ReZero shows you that these characters are people. They also feel. This is literally what Subaru goes to. What is the first thing he ever says to Beatrice?
NPC.
The first NPC found. Yeah.
Yep.
In his mind, they're not even people. He's still the main character.
That's so fucked up.
Yes, they're not even real people. Though, well, to be fair, he thought of people in his real world like that too. So the thing with this though,
look at one second. Sorry to cut you off,
Mm-hmm.
but he is low key had the greatest fucking character development of all time, bro.
Actually agree.
Mm-hmm.
He was that person all along. That's the whole greater thing about it. He just didn't want to accept that person. He didn't want to accept these things that plagued him so much. He didn't want to face it. He had been that person always. He just didn't want to face it. He would rather put on a facade to make it easier to not make himself feel that pain. But he had always been that person. Reality. Exactly.
Like I say all the time, it's not the what, it's the how. And more importantly, it's the why. But anyway, like I was saying, the thing with Subaru is that he was looking at everyone like not as like actual people. Because remember, his feelings came first. His ideas came first. His validation came first. I have to save them. I have to contain the suffering so they can be safe. It has to be me. I have to be the hero. I have to put myself out there. But come to realize that all these people, they all have their own goals. They all have their own motivations. They all have their own flaws. They all have their own emotions. They all have their own everything. They're exactly like Subaru. Everyone is. And it's not even just season 2. Season 1 realizes it's not about him. Season 2 realizes I'm with these people. I don't have to suffer. If I expect them to lean on me, I have to lean on them back. And I think that's if he didn't learn that, Beatrice would never have went with him. If he didn't allow Beatrice to lean on him as much as he would lean on her. If Beatrice found out, oh, this person's not going to lean on me like that, I don't think she would leave. I think she would just die. She would rather burn in that fire.
She wanted a mutual thing.
Mm-hmm.
She
to
wanted
hold a hand. You need 2 hands to hold a hand.
Mm-hmm. As much as she wanted him to be there for her, she wanted her to be there for him.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
And what she tells Roswell tells her, oh, you know you won't be number one in his eyes, right? She goes, I don't care. He's number one in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
he'll never treat her lesser than either.
And that's what Roswell doesn't get. He's trying to be that for Echidna. Echidna will never see him like that.
No, she doesn't care for him like that. He just got put under a spell.
It's not even just under a spell. Is that really seduction? Even because it was just magic that she did on him. And first of all, getting kissed with throw up in your mouth is also nasty, and that's what made him fall in love. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's a twisted.
Yeah, it's a
twisted.
It's an act with disgust around it.
Anyways.
Yeah, but yeah. That's why I think Beatrice is an awesome character. So Emilia now.
Yes.
Now Emilia, one of the most hated characters in the show.
That's crazy.
Yes. I remember everyone hated her before season 2 came out. Everyone hated her because everyone loved Rem because Rem got more screen time and Rem had the emotional scenes. They thought Emilia was only the good girl and that's it. Emilia's like, oh, she's so stereotypical. And Emilia's like, bro, I'm just trying to live. Everyone hates me. But the first thing you see of Emilia is that like, oh, she got jacked. She straight up got her most important thing she owns got stolen. And instead of go chasing someone, she sees someone's getting jumped in the street, in the alley. She goes, I can't leave that. Off rip, you realize she's going to put everything else above herself. And it's not even like a type of self-loathing like Subaru has for himself. It's like the world tells her that everything else is above her. So she's constantly striving to be above that. While Subaru was trying to convince the world that he was above that. That was a core difference. And with Emilia too, the thing with Emilia is that what I find very interesting, very, very funny. Did you know in Subaru's room on Earth, all the figures in his room have silver hair?
White hair. Yeah.
Very interesting, isn't it? Very weird, some would say. What a coincidence that not only his first day in that world, he finds someone like that, he finds the exact person who looks like Saitella.
It's almost like he manifested it.
Almost like he manifested it, or something manifested him. We could get into that later, but
that's a whole nother.
We could get into that later. I have a lot of theories about this show because for anyone's wondering, and I talk about the web novel, light novel a lot. I have not gone past the animes because I want to watch the anime because I love the voice acting in sub and dub. I love the music, so I want to experience the anime first, and then I read the light novel of that season, and that's how I do it. I don't ever go past the season. But what I find is good character writing, as we say, it's always in Subaru's perspective. What is the name Emilia gives Subaru the first time they meet?
The very first time?
Mm-hmm. It wasn't Emilia. The whole season, whole arc 1 is him trying to figure out what her name is.
Oh, what he calls her.
Saitella, yeah.
Yeah, Saitella.
Yeah.
Why would she say that?
Yeah.
Because didn't she say it like later on in the next couple of she goes, it's blasphemy to even say that name.
Mm-hmm. She wanted him to hate her.
Yes. Yeah. Because the whole time he was acting the way he was. Obviously, she knew he was broke. She knew he wasn't from the country. She thought in her mind, oh, the second I tell him this, he's gonna be off like the others anyway. And he didn't leave because he doesn't know. Because Saitella is basically the devil of that universe. She's the devil. And not only that, she not only looks like her, but she's also a half-elf like her. And this goes on later on when she goes like, oh, I'm a half-elf. And he goes, cool. And then she goes, no, did you not hear me? I'm a half elf with silver hair and purple eyes, purple and blue eyes. And he goes like, yeah, that's cool, yeah. And then that's why she like freaks out mentally. Like, why would someone like that? It doesn't make any sense. By the way, the best start ever, and it's so sad that timeline just died. But yeah, but that goes into why I say this. What is the very, 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 very first scene of the anime? Of Light Novel and the manga and everything. Huh?
Him coming out of the convenience store, no?
Him dying.
Or no, him in the convenience store.
No, before that, it's him dying. The very first words in the show, it goes,
you're right.
This is bad. And you can see his hand, he's in his POV. Foreshadowing, but all POV. What? Yeah.
He's reaching out.
He's reaching out. And he grabs her hand. That's the very, very first shot. Very interesting. Very interesting. It's not him. It's not him in the convenience store. It's him on the floor dying with Amelia. Your very first thoughts of the entire show is Amelia. So that's that. That's just the arc 1. Arc 2 is when you're trying to get a date and everything, but he keeps dying from the curse and all that. And then, even then, he doesn't trust Amelia for the thing because he has to be her hero. He has to be her hero. So he's trying to figure out how everything's working. And that's when he figures out Rem doesn't trust him. And he goes like, this whole time you didn't trust me? He figures out nobody really trusted him. Because why would they trust him? He's a random guy who came out of nowhere at a bad time with the witch's miasma around him. All that. And not only that, he's trying to get exalted. He's trying for these people to like them so much. For these people to like him so much instead of letting them like him naturally. Of course he's going to seem suspicious. And obviously he knows this stuff he shouldn't really know. Or he quote unquote picks up on very fast. Of course he's going to seem suspicious. And especially for someone like Rem who's so paranoid. Who's so traumatized from stuff like that. Of course she's not going to trust him. And when she finds him with a knife outside the mansion because she could smell him, he's going to try something, obviously. I don't even fully blame Rem for that. What?
Also, just a side tangent. I don't know if she ever will, but when Rem comes back, if it ever is known to her that Roswaal was the person who caused that shit, she's cooking his ass, or at least wanting to.
Rom knows, though.
That is the difference in them, though. That is the entire difference between them. But continue.
Yeah.
With Amelia.
Yeah. And I think what's funny about that in Arc 2 is that the whole time he doesn't trust her. He has to save her. And at the ending, he's the one who has to get saved by Roswaal. His whole goal is to have a date with Amelia. Also foreshadowing, the villagers hate Amelia because what she is. Not who she is, what she is. And she's like, "Oh, the village. You want to go there? I don't know. If that's a good idea. You're gonna look pretty bad if you're around me. You know." And also, this is where the bum Puck allegations come. Everyone says that Puck is a bum because he doesn't accomplish anything.
He's the actual goat.
To be fair, what does Puck accomplish?
In the show?
Yeah. Not Elsa, not the Elsa fight. He leaves during that. Not the dog fight. Not there for that.
I know what he accomplishes.
Go.
He accomplishes the most important thing in the entire story. He allows Amelia to be alone so she can face her battles.
That's true.
She forces he forces her to face herself. That is his entire purpose. He does something more important than anyone.
If you notice, he's not a protector. He's not a protector. He's a guide. He's guiding Amelia. He's not protecting her. Amelia knows how to fight. Obviously, she knows how to fight. She knows how. She not only she knows how to fight. She knows how to survive on her own. Not only does she knows these two things, she's pretty tactical. Not only these things, she's not driven by her emotions like that either. And not even all four of those things. She's magically very, very, very strong.
Yes.
You think if Puck protected her the whole time? You think if Puck protected her the whole time that she would have these 5 qualities?
No.
He guides her through these things.
And Puck, so this is an interesting thing too. Puck never really comes out to save her. He just like is, if he's there, he's there. His whole purpose is just to live with her. And just like when she has problems, just be like, yeah, like maybe you should think about it this way. Just like that.
He's a tiny house cat for a reason.
Yeah. Well, he always says daughter. And that's kind of the role that they have. He treats her like a child. He's like, you have to make your own path. You have to, I can't do this for you.
And it's something like, again, Arc 3 again, whenever she dies, he always blames Subaru. Because Subaru is supposed to be his quote unquote knight. Her quote unquote knight, right?
Yep.
He's the one supposed to be that protector role. And he gets mad at him because, you know, like a father handing off his daughter to who's supposed to be her husband. He's supposed to take that responsibility over everything.
And
Subaru
I think
fails.
what's interesting about that too, I think the reason why Puck always does get so angry with Subaru and why he blames him is because I think he can because he's a spirit. He can sense the love that he has for Amelia. He's not just saying what he's saying. He actually feels the devotion he has towards her, which is why he takes it so much more personally that he was not there to protect her.
He knows he's not lying.
His role.
He can feel his emotions, literally feel his emotions. Remember, he doesn't read minds. He can't read minds. He can read your emotions.
Yep.
And what I think is so crazy about that is when she sees him for the last time, he goes, "I'm leaving the hands to someone who loves you almost as much as me." There's no one else like that.
Every father would say that to their daughter.
Yeah.
By the way.
100%. And that's season 2 Subaru. They're barely starting off. They're barely starting off. Subaru is still growing. They're still connecting. So imagine how that relationship is going to grow later on. But anyway, with season 3, this is why the first half of season 3 is so crushing to me. Because first of all, he literally begs to go with her to the Capitol. Begs. She's like, "Oh, you don't worry, still here. It's just like political stuff." And then he goes like, "No, I have to." He's like, he makes excuses like, "Oh, I have to thank Reinhardt, don't I?" And he even convinces Rem to help convince Amelia. And she caves. She's like, "Okay, but you have to follow these rules then." She didn't have to do that. Remember, he's a servant. Go ahead.
You mean Arc 3, not Season 3.
Arc 3, yes. Thank you for correcting me.
Yes.
But with Arc 3 though, and even with that, they go there. She's still worried because by now she knows how he is, and he does what Subaru does, and she tells him, "Stay here. I'm gonna go to where all the royals are, all these knights are, the people who literally are gonna decide the fate of the entire kingdom. I'm going there right now. Do not go." And he still is trying to convince her. She goes, "My foot's down. You're not going." And so she goes, and then obviously Rem's like super infatuated with him. So she goes, "Well, maybe if I turn around, who knows? I might not see or hear nothing." And so he goes, gets wrapped up and everything. And so, go ahead.
I think that one moment is the perfect instance to why Subaru is not meant to be with Rem. Because Rem will never hold him accountable for his own thing. Her love is more infatuation than it is real love.
I think I have to disagree with that.
Amelia truly loves him in the aspect of, obviously the other part where Rem says like you need to go back, all that. But I think that Rem is almost, it's just so interesting. Rem is such an interesting character, but I think that that scene though is just, I don't know, it's just a really good picture of just the difference between Amelia and Rem, because Rem doesn't really care that Amelia is like, oh, I don't want you there. Like, and she's not really trying to get him to see the fault in that as much, even though she's like, he told you not to go. At the end of the day, if he's so serious, if he's so committed, she's just gonna align with him.
I can tell you why that part is though. That's because when he tells her, let's go run away together, it's not that, oh, that's not the right thing to do, that we shouldn't do that. She says, you don't mean that. That's why I won't go out with you. If he meant that, she would. She
100%.
would. Because she only cares about him.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Him and her sister. That is it. Amelia, on the hand, cares about everyone else. Rem only cares about Subaru. So she's disregarding Amelia because in her mind, Subaru is above Amelia.
Mm-hmm.
Amelia, on the other hand, will even though she loves, like later on, loves Subaru, she won't sacrifice that anyone for him because she's gonna do what's right instead of what she wants. Rem, on the other hand, she even says, "Yeah, I'm selfish. You like, you don't want this," and then that's why she goes, because she would rather see him happy and satisfied than what right is, you know.
Yeah,
that's the thing. She actually does love him, but it's not a one-sided love. It's a single-minded love.
Yeah.
But anyway,
love above all else. That's what I mean.
If the roles are reversed and Rem's gonna leave and Subaru's like, oh, let me go with you, Amelia would be like, respect her. If you love her, respect her. That's what Amelia would say. But anyway. So she goes out. Subaru still goes there, goes behind her back, also with Priscilla, which is like the most evil candidate there is, by the way. The most like selfish candidate there is.
Definitely.
And then he comes in, makes a scene, off rip makes a scene, talks to everyone, wearing a butler outfit, like embarrassing her in front of everyone when her reputation is already so low. If Subaru really loved her and it wasn't a selfish love, he would have thought of that first instead of himself. But yeah, go ahead. What you gonna say?
Oh, 100%. No, that's the most selfish he's ever been, because he literally, he doesn't even try to understand why she wouldn't want him to go. And he just forces himself in that situation anyways, because he only cares about himself in that situation.
Because he has to be the one to be there for her. Yeah.
Also, I would just like to point out something I like realized later on too. Even to the aspect of like every candidate's like the person that's propping them up, the person that's like representing them that has high status. Hers is Roswell. He already is looked at weird because he's a fucking clown.
Yeah.
And she's a fucking half elf that looks like Satella. Like, she already has it so bad for her. And then, like you said, that part where he pulls up and does that whole thing, that part might be one of the cringiest parts in the entire series.
The whole cringe.
Oh my god, I cringed so hard to that.
I was literally
just like,
pulling my face. I was like,
my
this. I was like,
god.
oh my god.
I know. I just go
pulling my cheeks down, bro.
It's so bad,
dude. What? All the way to the part, even to like past like the when he's a Crusade's part, I'm still cringing and cringing and cringing.
Oh my god.
And it's a real cringe. But the fact is that you keep watching shows you how good the writing is. That it could be that cringeworthy and still make you want to keep going.
Yeah, the Crusade part is bad.
All of it. All of it is bad.
That arc is just
so selfish, and he puts it on full display. And he blames every single person else. He blames everyone else. It's exactly the same thing you see in season 4. He's blaming everyone else, even though he says, I know that they love me, but I can't accept that. Which is why another thing as well I want to bring out, people are horrible. Because you remember when he freaks out and he slaps Beatrice and he knocks her down?
Oh my
people
god,
laugh at
bro.
that.
No, that
people laugh at that.
He did that. I wish we were
My mouth
recording
open,
when I watched that. I literally went I did not laugh.
It was so
even.
devastating.
I didn't even have a
oh my
hint
God, bro.
of a smile on my face. That shit was so fucked up.
Yeah, dude, it was devastating because it didn't make it overly dramatic, like, oh, he slaps her and he goes to slow motion, her head turns. No, it was like bah, and that was it. She falls down. It was like it was like watching it. It was like gut wrenching.
It was so fucked up.
And people laugh at that. And they're like, oh, I don't know why they animate it like that. It's so funny. It's like people don't understand what the meaning of the show is. I don't.
No.
It's so sad.
That was so sad.
People are like, oh, it's not that deep.
No, it is though.
It is.
See, that is why too. Like I told you, season 4 is just so heavy to me because even small scenes like that, it's just like, oh my God.
Yes.
It's like, fuck. It's so bad. It's so bad. It drenches you in this horrible feeling because it's like, oh my God. It's so devastating.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But anyway, back to the Amelia thing. And then when she's getting ridiculed and she's going to take it because her taking it shows to her character. Her taking it and still proves them wrong shows to her character. She knows what she's doing. Subaru walks up, ruins it all. It's worse. It's worse him doing that than her saying that. Because that's showing she has no control. Even of one person, how is she going to control a kingdom?
Mm-hmm.
It's worse than her saying the exact same words that he did.
It has bad implications.
It's so bad. And so that whole thing happens, and they keep on going. Subaru's thrown out. And what happens? Subaru gets in a fight with Julius. A duel in front of hundreds of characters, hundreds of people. And then she's like, oh, now I have to go. And she runs over there, leaving behind the courtroom. Even though she's devastated, mad, cringed out. Oh my God, everything. She still goes there. She still goes. She doesn't even think. She just goes. And so
I love Julius, bro.
And then the scene, with the worst scene, also one of the best scenes in the show, the bed scene.
That is, in my opinion, the worst and hardest scene to watch in the entire series.
I cannot find another main character in any media that has betrayed their protagonist like that. To be that ugly like that.
Yeah.
It's so
that part was
real.
So ugly.
It's so real though. He just breaks down. He doesn't know what he doesn't break down. He shows his true colors. He shows his true colors. He takes his mask off.
That he's a selfish person and he was only thinking about himself.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you don't know what I've done for you. She goes, I don't know what you've done for me, so tell me. And even then, even through that speech, through his spiel and his rant, she's still trying to look for him. She's still trying to be like, then tell me, let me help you, because all you've done is help me. Even though that he's not even validated in those claims.
No.
And even through it all, what she says is that she cuts him off. And she goes like, you're right. So I'll help you this time. All your debts to me are paid. I consider them all paid. Thank you. And she leaves.
Yep.
Devastating. I thought was gonna happen. I was like, oh, he's gonna kill himself now. Didn't kill himself. I was like, oh no.
Yep.
Oh no.
But that has strengthened their relationship so much.
Oh my God, because it was real.
He can't be the person he becomes without that scene, though.
Yeah.
That scene is so important.
Everyone out there with significant others, can you imagine if you never had an argument?
It's impossible.
Can you imagine? How would your relationship be if you never had an argument?
Terrible. You wouldn't really be with the other person. In all honesty, you wouldn't even really fully know that person like that. Even you wouldn't be able to trust them.
Yes, the relationships are supposed to be full intimacy. It's supposed to be full honesty. And if you're not honest, you don't show your true colors like that, including those flaws. How can you trust the other person like that?
Yeah.
This is why I think that relationship is so well written compared to like some girls in like anime who are like have the personality of a dustpan and be like they like the most basic guy ever. who has nothing special about him, you know? And in Subaru's perspective, he's not fully thinking about her as not the person of who she is, only of what he wants her to be. The idea of her, rather the person Amelia. And so after the whole will thing happens, him trying to get to her over and over and over, we never see her dead. We never see her dead. Only when he kills her. Remember, this is the only time we've ever and will ever for a long, long time ever see Amelia dead. And that's when he kills her. Inadvertently, but he still kills her. And he sits there for hours, and the sun comes down, and everything is illuminated red. ReZero is a show with a lot of purples and blues and whites. With everything red right there, it's such a contrast.
Colors.
Huh?
Said Satella's colors.
Satella colors is like dark blue and black, so.
Yes, and purple.
And purple. And so when he finally does find her, she's not like, oh, why are you here? I told you not to come back. She's like, what's wrong? What are you doing here? She immediately is not thinking about her own emotions. And so
that's how she is.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is too with Subaru, he's like, oh, we gotta go, let's get out of here. He forcefully grabs her arm and is like, we're leaving now. You're gonna die if you stay.
Like an object.
Yes. He objectifies her like that. He's like, all right, I'll just tell you the truth then. And then Saitella kills her. That's when Puck comes out, and that's the first time when while he's done right there is when he is the exact same as Betelgeuse. He's exactly the same. Everything he does is justified by love that he feels. Not that love is received to him, like Saitella doesn't love Betelgeuse. It's just like Amelia doesn't love Subaru. But their love to them justifies anything they would do. There's no line they wouldn't cross. Anything they do is justified in the name of their love. He's exactly the same.
I mean, that's why Roswell thinks that they're the same too.
Yeah, exactly. That one's a little more on the nose. They literally share the same like overlaid face.
Mm-hmm.
Also, as well, when I was first watching season 2, my theory was that like Roswell is Subaru, but because they were playing into that so much. But yeah, that theory is wrong. But anyway, back to Amelia. That's when he, the Puck thing happens and everything, and he learns that. Hold on, someone's knocking at my door.
You know something? I don't like this slander. Okay? My boy Betelgeuse has definitely gotten slandered, bro. I don't like it.
He's trash.
What happened?
He said Betelgeuse, his guy Betelgeuse is getting slandered, and I'm like, Betelgeuse is shit.
Oh my god. Okay. But anyway. Also, we could go to this part. The timeline where Subaru kills the white whale for the first time, and he goes to the town, and he's like, oh, no one's gonna die this time, and those people die. And that's when they find out how the hands work. They could go in different bodies. And the village, fingers. The village gets blown up, like Unabomber style. And then, who's the one that saves the day? Amelia.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Julius. It's not the animal people. It's not Subaru. It's Amelia. And this is so sad because this is before she got back all her memories. So she doesn't even know who Betelgeuse is when she kills him. And Betelgeuse doesn't even know who she is either. She's just the half-elf. Which is insane if you've seen season 2. How much he put Amelia on that pedestal before he was like insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sad that these people who were so close, who she was willing to look at like a father figure, don't recognize each other. He looks. Go ahead.
Can I? I wanted to add to that. That's what I wanted to get to real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a nice little theory, and actually, it all makes sense.
I don't think it's even theory at this point.
Yeah, I don't think it's a theory at this point, but I'm pretty sure Fortuna Wrath is Fortuna.
Yeah, I think it's pretty
Obviously,
obvious. They show her vagina so much, just like the original.
It's so obvious.
Yeah, just like Mother Fortuna.
Voice actor's the same voice actor, by the way.
Yes, and Mother Fortuna, she had that super tight purple outfit that showed her camel toe crazy, and now she's wearing wraps that show her camel toe super crazy too. And then plus Wrath has the long silver hair and the purple and blue eyes, and the elf ears. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she loves Betelgeuse, and she hates a half elf. Very, very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, Vanity might be the worst character ever. Also,
Pandora.
Before you get really into Amelia, in the end of that, bro, the fact that Vanity killed Reinhardt's mother or grandmother, crazy.
That party is crazy. It wasn't the White Whale. It was Pandora.
Do you know what's hella funny about that too? The fact that this bitch pulls up after she loses the divine protection. She is a coward. Crazy.
Yeah.
I hate her so much. Oh my god. She's terrible.
I'm pretty sure she's the big bad.
She has a sad backstory.
I'm pretty sure they all do. I'm pretty sure every character has backstory.
Actually, you know something? I actually don't think that she's the big bad, bro.
You think it's Flugel?
It could be
I don't think Flugel's bad.
Well, okay, if you really think about it, right? Flugel's talked about throughout this entire series. There has not been a season where he has not been talked about at least once, bro.
I mean, the same thing with the Swordmaster and the dragon, though.
Yes.
Where's the dragon?
The dragon. Okay, so the dragon isn't an actual dragon, though. Like
he's definitely a literal dragon. In the opening, he's literally like this.
You put his he's about to do a domain expansion.
Literally.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He literally is in the fucking intro. He is a real dragon.
Oh god. Wait, which intro is he in?
We can talk about that after. We can talk about that after. Because I do have a lot of theories. But with Amelia, it was Amelia who saved the villagers. It was Amelia that they then looked to, because if she would have continued on that route, everyone would have looked at her differently, because she's killing the evil that they think that she's connected to. But then again, they were there. Those people died only because of what she is and where she was. So her saving the day was a thing. But obviously she could do it. Obviously she could be the one to kill Betelgeuse, because obviously she's that strong. Remember, she's a witch, but she's not the witch of envy. She's the witch. She's the frozen witch. And you don't gain the title of a witch for no reason. But anyway,
proclaimed witch.
She did self-proclaim herself, to be fair.
Yeah, that was self-proclaimed.
But everyone ran with it. So, and she's a witch because she froze every single person in the entire forest. So, inadvertently, to be fair. Which, by the way, how is everyone frozen? I can understand why Betelgeuse is not frozen, because he sees his unseen hands, and Pandora is literally immortal. If that is Mother Fortuna, how did she get at the ice?
The fire.
I already know
fire.
this.
That is true, huh? Fire, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wrath has fire.
The fire.
It's 100%
well,
fire.
she was given the witch factor for that, because that's where the fire comes from. She didn't have fire before that.
No, she had ice.
So that's the witch factor, which was given to her, which obviously made her crazy, and that would explain why when she got out of the ice, she's wrapped up, because she burned the fuck out of herself.
That would make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense.
So the witch factor made her crazy, and she burned her entire self, so she lost her past.
And another thing to add on to that, Amelia takes care of all the frozen people. Mother Fortuna isn't a statue she takes care of.
Or Betelgeuse.
But obviously we see him walk away, and he's in season 1, so.
Yes.
But anyway, back to it. The last time you see Subaru with Emilia, not including the time when he wears the cloaking cloak, she sees him as a childless person who does all this, and because he is doing this, he is that way. But she sees him again when he jumps into the cart, he's a completely different person. He's a completely different person. The light shining behind him and everything. He's becoming what he would want to become only after the fact he lets that go. Because he's not trying to become that anymore. It has to come there naturally because he has to go through the process that he never wanted to go through. So when she sees him again, doesn't see a child, she sees a man. The whole time everyone sees Subaru as a child, as someone who's younger than what he actually is. And when he walks through, it's a man. And you think how much he's grown in that little time is that he doesn't go, "Oh, hi, Emilia." Does he go, "Oh, are you okay?" He goes immediately to the bombs. No words. Immediately to the bombs. That's how you know how much he's matured. And then he runs off, and he's willing to risk it. Everything that happened, he's willing to risk everything that happened right there. And when the bomb goes off, what does Emilia do? Runs into the fire. And by the way, Patricia.
Goat. When Patricia got blown up in season 4, I was like,
having a seizure on the floor.
Yo, and craziest thing ever, Patricia is the first person that Amnesia Subaru trusts because he's the fucking goat.
Amnesia Brew. Yeah.
Amnesia Brew. Because that thing, he literally stabs Patricia in the fucking jugular, bro. And this thing literally goes.
Doesn't even
straight
flinch.
face.
Not blink, huh?
Doesn't even flinch. Doesn't get mad. Just stares at him. And then as soon as the danger comes, picks his ass up, gets him to the end. No other person was doing that, bro.
Mm-hmm. Also,
Patricia the GOAT.
Also, Patricia is the person that landed the final blow on Garfield.
Yep. GOAT. Yo, Patricia actually, bro.
And she saved Subaru from the explosion when she covered him because he could have started that entire loop over again.
Yo, you know they deadass made fan art for Patricia too?
Understandable.
Okay.
Wait, what kind of fan art?
Like they literally turned her into an actual female, like half lizard person.
She had giant titties too as well.
I don't remember.
You sure?
He's like, I don't remember.
I don't remember. He looks down at the sticker on his desk and Patricia.
Okay, buddy.
Yo, but I'll say this though, Patricia in this show, bro. This is a hidden reference. It's like my Tuklin, bro. I can't get rid of Patricia.
Hidden reference. No one understands that.
Patricia is so awesome, bro. And ironically, the first person. No, would it be Rem or him or her?
What?
The first person to like truly be devoted to Subaru.
That's Rem.
It's Rem.
Because that was before the Patricia part. Right.
Well, they got Patricia.
He meets Patricia in that same series season.
Like literally, like a couple episodes later.
Yeah, but still, it was Rem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was Rem first.
Right.
But if you want to glaze Patricia more, she's the first person that makes him realize that he is loved when he comes out the trial, the second trial.
Mm-hmm.
When Nala's like, "Are you retarded?"
She pulls him out.
Loves you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she pulls him out.
Yeah. Oh, and she pulls him out.
Oh my god. I forgot about that man, bro.
Otto? Yeah.
Yes.
Another goat.
Otto's a goat, bro.
Yeah.
Otto's a goat.
All these characters are
Oh
awesome, bro.
God.
All these characters are so good.
Oh,
and
I
also,
miss Otto
Nick
in
brought
this
something to my attention before. He said Otto, he's like, is he from the Ottoman Empire? Supposed to be like that? I think you might actually be right. Like that
He
might
wears
be
the exact same clothes.
Literally would have been.
Well, not only just that, the place he's from, the clothes he wears, the people in that city all look like the Ottoman Empire people.
Mm-hmm. And he's white.
Yes. He's like this. And then they all look like this.
For the listeners, he got closer to his light, and then when he said and like this, he turned the light off.
Yes, I got blacker.
Okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying. For
Amelia.
Season two rolls around. Oh my god. Character writing off the scale. But before I get into that, the last scene of season 1, first of all, it was so bright my eyes hurt. That scene was so bright, the brightness and exposure was put up way too high. Oh my god.
Yeah. Editors, you gotta fix that, Hunk.
Also, when I first watched that, like 2017, my old laptop, the maximum of like 720p, and I watched on Kiss Anime, so it's probably like 480p.
Damn.
And it was so bright, I was like tilting my screen, like, what is happening?
It was like. Trying to play that shit?
No, it wasn't like that. But the scene of her crying and him saying like, you don't have to say you love me because I want it to be real. When you tell me, I'll know it's real. I know you when you tell me, I'll be ready, which is horrendously sad in season 4 when that happens. But anyway,
yeah.
But that as well. This is the same thing that mirrors Rem, and will foreshadow Beatrice as well. He's made these 3 women cry, and not crying of like sadness, of like actual tears of joy.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, and that's how you know that's real Subaru. That's who he's supposed to be, not who he wants to be. But yeah, when he says, and it also exactly mirrors the conversation he has with Rem when he's like, oh, let's run away. It exactly mirrors that, because every like thing she says about herself, she's like, you know, I'm a half elf. You know, you're gonna struggle with me, right? And then he get every reason she gives for him not to love her, he gives like 3 more of reasons why he loves her anyway, even despite all those things. He doesn't refute them. He doesn't say, oh, you're wrong. He doesn't say, oh, well, I think this. He doesn't say, oh, I disagree. He goes, even still. That's a huge difference in this.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I'm talking about Amelia. Let's talk about who Amelia is. Amelia in season 2, when we see her true colors come out, and you see that she doesn't really have this self-loathing. She has this inferiority complex. Where it's not like she hates herself. She goes, why aren't I enough? When Subaru was going, I'm trash, I'm dirt, I deserve to be hated. Well, Amelia goes like, what am I supposed to do? Maybe these people shouldn't be around me for what I am. It's the same thing, but it's gone about differently. It's the same what, it's the different hows and whys. Side note, listeners, Nick is checking himself out on the camera.
I'm not. Look at my glasses.
Yeah, it's purple.
Oh, what is the image?
Is it Rem?
It is. I was trying to show it.
Okay. Anyway, ADHD to the max.
Yes.
But in season 2, it's all about character writing, and when we see Amelia like snap that episode when she breaks, and when Subaru goes there and he's like messed up, and remember he has his eye cut out because Elsa cut out his eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
And what she does, she goes, Subaru, there you are. I was so lonely without you. The fact that she says that, it tells you that's not really Amelia, because every time you've seen before, Amelia goes to Subaru about Subaru. This time, she's worried about herself and how lonely she was and how she's happy that he's back. She wasn't worried about his cuts on him as long as he's there. That was his selfishness. It's because she mentally broke, and he left her behind. Remember, he wrote a letter. But what happened with that letter?
Roswell.
Invisible ink.
Yeah, Roswell. Because remember, Garfield was like, "What letter are you talking about? I didn't do nothing with the letter. It was Roswell."
Because he's a fucking conniving prick.
And it wasn't even explicitly told about like that. They're expecting the listeners, listeners and viewers to like look for that on their own. Because I want to put everything out, everyone listening as well. Art and any media, you are not a consumer. You are a participant. You are meant to perceive this thing, and you are meant to think about it. You are not sitting there, iPad baby, YouTube shorts scrolling with your penis in your hand, stroking it the whole time. You are meant to understand what is happening, what the subtext is telling you, to anything, to everything. You have a role in this as well. Art is not there for just your pleasure. Art can make you scared. Art can make you cry. Art can make you be in fear. But if you are looking at this like this is for me, it's not a privilege. It's a gift. So treat it as a gift. Huh?
Mm-hmm. It's for me.
What is for you? Oh, the art's for me. You like Boku no Pico?
Get that away from me. That's not art, bro. That's not art.
Anyway.
It really is.
Tragedy.
Anyway, back to Amelia. Because I say all this because subtext matters a lot in this season. Because people hate this season the most because they say it's mostly just talking. But I would also say, as Cedric was saying too, it's very, 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 very devastating when you understand the implications of everything. When you truly understand this before, and the psychological aspect of it all, that makes you think, because there's a big difference between fright and dread. Two completely different things that people confuse all the time. Fright can get you scared for a couple seconds, you're back to normal. You can get that release. Dread sticks with you. It stays in your gut and it turns like what Subaru felt the entire time. And you're supposed to see and feel what Subaru is going through that entire time. And it not only until then, until we understand that when Subaru says, when Amelia tells Subaru that she loves him, and then Subaru goes, she would never tell me that. You could feel his heart aching. You could feel the fact that he's messed up. You could feel that Amelia's gone. She's dead while she's still alive and talking. Her character is gone. Her personality, her will is gone.
You could definitely feel the emotion because he goes, "Don't you get it?"
Yeah.
He never tell me.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
He dead says that with fucking passion, bro.
Exactly. He understands. Like, it's not because he sees himself as garbage, because he's past this point. It's because real Amelia would never say that. Even though he would love for her to say that. He wants more than anything for her to say that to him. But it's not real. She doesn't love him for him. She loves him because she said she loves him because she wants to possess him. Exactly what he was doing to her.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing about season 2 is that you're supposed to cherish the life that you have. This is why you would see time and time again, Subaru's like, oh, I'm probably going to fail this loop anyway, so I'm just going to do this. In season 2. It's like, oh, I'm probably going to die right here anyway, so I should probably find out this reasoning. Which spirals him more and more, and if he continued doing that, he would have become exactly like Roswell. Roswell literally tells him, oh no, Subaru tells him, you're crazy. And then he goes like, yeah, my question is, why aren't you yet?
Yeah. Now, what really pissed me off was the fact that this motherfucker knew, bro. He knew something was up with this motherfucker Subaru.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he knew that he had some sort of ability, bro. And he progressively fucking pushed this nigga into situations just for his own being, for his fucking own gain.
Yeah, exactly that. The thing is, as well, we're gonna get off this. We'll come back to it later. So he obviously he wants the whole thing to happen. He wants Amelia to go through the trials. He wants the White Rabbit, the Great Rabbit, to come. He hired the 2 assassins to go kill everyone. The thing is with that, he hired Elsa and Mealy, right? He's the one who did that. Is he the one who did that for her insignia?
Probably.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Well, the Book of Wisdom could be telling him that. Well, we also find out in season 4, Mealy's mom, Elsa's real mom, is who?
Fucking Lust.
Yeah, it's Lust. It's Capella. Does that mean Roswell has direct access with Lust to be hiring her daughters?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Roswell has the real Tome of Wisdom. The Gospels are the copies, basically, of the Tome of Wisdom. Huh.
Also, she's definitely not dead.
Why would she be dead? Oh, Elsa?
Yes. There's.
Yeah, I mean, she's a
0%
vampire.
She's
Not
been gone
even
for over
that.
a year.
Reinhardt just disintegrated her, and she did not die. I'm positive she's not dead.
No, Reinhardt didn't disintegrate her. No. He did not. It's a fact, because if her regeneration would have worked that fast, it would. Her regeneration works like fucking Cell, bro. Almost. Basically, she got away. If you look at her specifically, look like everything she's wearing when she dips out. Well, like when they show her dip out, she literally does not get full on disintegrated. That means, because if that was the case, he would have disintegrated everybody in that fucking building. Let's be honest.
That whole part of the building was annihilated.
You're right. It was not, but not completely.
I'll say
Also,
this.
I'll say this too. Reinhardt could not sense her after he hit her.
You said what?
He thought she was dead.
Yeah, he thought so. But he also didn't know what she was.
But even so, if she was just perfectly fine from that attack, she would have just came back.
No, she
Anyways.
wasn't perfectly fine, but she knew she wasn't going to win. That was the whole thing. If you really look at it, she knew exactly that she was not going to win. There was no doubt in her mind she was not going to win.
Would that stop her though?
Yes.
It didn't stop her with Garf.
No, see, with Garf, she underestimated him the whole way through until the very end. If you really think about it, that whole fight, that was the whole premise of it, was she was underestimating him the whole time, thinking he was nobody. And for that to go through, she had no clue that he was going to fucking realize what she was. She had no clue that he was actually going to be as strong as he was. And or the fact that Garf is also a mixed blood, but he's a mixed blood. They haven't actually said what his father is.
Demi Beast.
Well, yeah, that's true. But they didn't say what his father is.
Yeah, specific race.
His father's still alive because his mom's gonna go out looking for him.
Yeah. Imagine he's the Wolfman from the If story.
Yeah.
I am Ninja Samurai Wolf.
But anyway, back to what I was saying.
Go to season 3 and 4, Amelia.
I'm not done. Season 2.
It's like I must explain everything.
No. The scene that hit me the hardest with Amelia in season 2, I talked about it earlier a little bit, is that when she went to go hide away because literally everyone betrayed her, everyone left her, and she went to go hide away that no one can find her inside the temple thing that no one else could go to. And so Subaru finds her, obviously. And then that's when they have that talk. I think the dialogue there is written to a point where it's so hard, like, listen to some other dialogue because you know how well that dialogue is, you know? It sets the standard so high after that. Because Amelia, or I'll say Subaru, tells her the truth and tells her, and she goes, why would you like me? If you say all this, why would you like me? And he goes, because you make me more mad than anyone. You are the reason why I'm going through this pain. And she goes, but why? She goes, why would anyone else do that than for someone to love the other person? It's obviously that I love you. That is the only reason. I would not do this for anyone else. And that's the reason why he said on the bed before, she goes, when she goes, I want to be looked at as you look at everyone else. And he goes, I can't look at you like that. And she takes that as like a whole different way than what he means. It's not till right here she actually understands what that means. She can't accept that someone could look at her like that. That's the thing. It's the insecurity to the max. Because not only that, the proof shows he leaves her, Puck leaves her, Roswell obviously she can't trust. The maids, Rem and Ram, don't really trust her because of Roswell, because of Roswell's. Everyone in the forest is gone because of her. She's getting memories back all at the same time. She let Mother Fortuna die. She let Betelgeuse die in her mind. Everything happens because of it's her fault. When she's a little girl and she's going through the time thing, she's literally saying, I'll be a good girl. Let it all go back to normal. I'll be a good girl, please, please. It doesn't happen still. The way she sees it, everything is happening is her fault. So why would anyone love her like that? Why would anyone love her? Because she's pretty? She doesn't respect that. That's how Subaru starts off. But his reasoning is the thing that changes her. It's not because of he was more passionate. It's not because he saves her. That doesn't matter at the end of the day. It was because what he's willing to do, even though he doesn't want to do it. That's the thing. He's not sacrificing to become the hero. He's actively participating, even though it's not a net positive for him. Because he wants to do it not for himself. She realizes that he wants to do it for her now. That's the big thing. That's the reason why he doesn't die and everything goes good this loop. And once she realizes that, she goes out into the thing and she realizes the reason why he's gone, he broke his promise because he's a repeat offender on that. Because he's trying to continue her goal, not to keep her comfortable. He's not giving her what she wants. He's giving her what she would need. Just how we talked about earlier with how if the roles will switch with Rem and the council. He's doing what they're reflecting each other now. He's what she like how we said that Amelia would want him to respect her decision. Now what that is Subaru not giving her what she wants. Because if you love someone, you won't give them everything what they want. Your goal is to not constantly gift this person, or even to like your own child. You don't give your child everything they want. You don't give your wife or husband everything they want. Of course you want them to be happy, but you give them what they need first more than anything. And what she needed in that moment was a reason to keep going while she was in that room, the motivation to keep going. To give her that strength, that foundation to stand on, not to be comfortable. Because Subaru has lived in comfortability his entire life, and he realized that got him nowhere. Comfortability is such a detrimental thing that everyone has some addiction to. Everyone wants to be comfortable, but comfortability is not gonna get you anywhere. That is the whole reason of that sloth. That is the whole reason of that greed. That is the whole reason of that self-loathing, because you want to be comfortable. But as long as you're comfortable, you will never succeed. You will never move forward. You have to be uncomfortable like Subaru. You have to be in pain like Subaru. You have to be pushing through, even though you don't want to, like Subaru. You have to show people the reason why you love them and not just tell them why you love them. You have to be honest with yourself and be like, even though I'm not comfortable, even though they didn't give me what I want, why did they do this? As I said earlier, not what this person is, ask who this person is. That's why that scene is amazing to me. And I'll be to this part quick because season 3 is very, very to the point. There's a lot of subtext, but it's very, very to the point. Emilia, awesome, and that thing. She's obviously been training as well, like Subaru's been training for the past year.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. Even though I say I don't think ReZero's as good as it's not as a good action anime as it is a good psychological anime. Even though the action's pretty good. That Garfield fight, oh my god, so amazing. I love that fight. Emilia, time and time again shows that she's not just a side piece. She's not just some character for you to gawk at. Oh, she's not the main. She's not a heroine for the protagonist. She's her own person. She's smart. She thinks. She's caring. She even though with all her flaws that you obviously have seen, she's still doing this stuff. She trusts Subaru so much that she's willing to be there with one of the worst people ever. And even after all that, she's so certain that she's going to be all right because her knight's coming that she's not even thinking about that. She's thinking of, how do I save these women? That's what she's thinking about. Again, not on herself. As I said in the way up of our episode way long ago, she's not the center of her universe. Neither is Subaru anymore. That's the reason why they level up and they evolve. So again, all good fights, all good character stories. Felix cries every episode.
I mean, that shit's hella sad though.
Yes.
To be fair.
Cruchet is screwed in every single arc. Oh my god, dude.
She's such a cool character too. It's fucked up.
Cruchet accepted Subaru into her thing. No reason to do that. She just did it. She went out to go kill the white whale. All her memories got stolen by Gluttony. She looks disgusting now. She's bedridden. She cannot catch a break, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And in that foreshadows, oh my god, it foreshadows this so well when Subaru loses his own memories. It foreshadows how in season 3, she's still the same person. She acts the same. She talks the same. She's still the same person. And she's not as logical or as skilled as she was before because that takes a lot of experience to develop. But she's still the same person. And that shows you, no matter what happens, as I said this in the episode before, I said this on this podcast before. Your true self is who you are when you're alone. These people, a lot of these characters are shredded down to bare bones to become their true selves in front of people. Cruchet has nothing to lose. Well, she has a lot to lose, technically, but she's starting from zero. And it shows you her true mask. Just like Amnesia Baru. He shows at the end of that episode 11, he's still Subaru. No matter how disgusting and ugly he could be, he's still Subaru. But anyway, with Emilia there, and when the wedding happens, she grills. Bro, I can't think of a character that gets more grilled than Cornelius. He is grilled by everyone. To be fair, he grills everyone as well, though.
Yeah.
My rights? What, you don't respect my rights? How disgusting a person can you be?
Rights. You have invaded on my rights.
And bro, it's such a funny thing that this character has because he constantly talks. It's like everyone's like, shut up. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What?
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt about Amelia, but I think the fact that Cornelius fought Reinhardt, I don't know. Reinhardt is such an interesting character. He's so intriguing as a character. I can't even explain it. I really, really, really love the trope of the strongest in every medium. Superman, fucking Gojo, Goku, like all these characters, fucking like even Madara to an extent. Like I'm just so infatuated with how the people write the mental capacity of these people, because being in an elevated position like that above other people always, like every character like that always shares a loneliness because of that heightened sense. And I think Reinhardt's is so interesting because I've never seen really a character, because he's like Superman, but he's like a knight, so he has to kill people. He has a duty to perform, so he's more like a soldier in that role of the strongest, but he also is compelled to do good things because he's a good person. But he's kind of cursed with that. Never, he's like the opposite of Subaru completely. He can do anything, but he never can complete what he wants. Subaru can do nothing that Reinhardt can do, but he can complete what he is doing. He can finish it. He can be the one to figure it out. Reinhardt's like cursed with never being able to do stuff correctly, never like finishing the job the way it should be done. And I think I don't know. That's really interesting that he fought Cornelius, because it's the same thing. He faces everything with everything in his life. He can't affect Cornelius. He could not kill him alone. He could not defeat him alone. So it's like he is cursed with that power, and it's just so interesting. Anyways.
That's exactly what I was gonna get into after when Subaru and Reinhardt both kick in the door at the same time, and Subaru just opens and Reinhardt just flies across the room. It's such a just what is it, exposition? I forgot to say, but when they're side by side, the one who could do everything and accomplish nothing, and the one who could do nothing and accomplish everything are right there, both right there. And Millie's like, yeah, I told you he'll come. Yeah, like there was no doubt in her mind. She had complete faith. She had no reason to. She heard Subaru's voice, but they're just said, that's disgusting. Said, did you see that? Nick just put his foot on screen. Anyway,
what? Cut that part out.
No.
Doesn't fit the motif of the.
Nope. No, that's staying in. You did it.
I didn't even do that. Anyways.
Yes. Juxtaposition. So with this though.
Juxtaposition.
Amelia had complete faith in him. Complete faith. Not like she didn't fully be like, oh, come help me, and she wasn't like, oh, I don't know if he's coming or not, and she wasn't like, oh, it's because he's done all this before he's gonna come. No. She goes, he said he's gonna come here, so I'll trust he's gonna come here. That's it. I know what type of person he is. That's it. And so with this as well, and with the Reinhardt thing, Reinhardt is the strongest, obviously. I also want to say as well, a funny thing is that I asked Nick before, hey, do you think Sukuna could kill Reinhardt, or who would win a fight? And you're like, oh, Sukuna's like pretty smart, dude. I'm gonna give you an expert that the creator said. The creator said, if you threw Reinhardt into a star, Reinhardt would win.
Is it a fact though?
That's what the creator said. Think about this. Reinhardt is Frieza level. That's what that means.
Well, that's the thing about Reinhardt, though, that's so interesting, which is why when we were talking about that, I was saying that, is because Reinhardt's weakness is not power.
Well, obviously.
It's impossible to overpower him, or to kill him outright. That's not the thing I was ever saying. My thing was, like, not even that Sukuna, smart. All right. Not even just that. It's Sukuna is like committed to being evil. He has no hesitation. He has no like he has no hesitation with doing anything. He is pure evil, and he embraces that, and he loves it.
Right.
He loves
the thing
it.
Is with that though, the thing is with this is that I don't think he could kill Reinhardt, but I think he's always would be around Reinhardt though.
Yeah.
The thing is too is though, like you said, Sugina is committed to doing what you like, evil. Fucking Reinhardt is committed to being the hero, bro.
He's not committed to being a hero. He's just being himself.
Yeah. But that's his biggest weakness, though.
Yeah, that is his biggest weakness.
Just like Wrath. Wrath easily made him lose.
Yeah.
She died, but he killed every person there.
That's what I said before.
That's a loss.
Reinhardt can never beat a Sin Archbishop. He can never beat a Sin Archbishop, any Sin Archbishop, which is so crazy to say, which is insane to say, but he can never win
all his weakness.
They are not all his weaknesses. That's it.
That's my thing. That's why I'm like, Sukuna he's just like them. He's so like them.
Yeah, and it's not because any of them are more powerful, and not even because they're more powerful, not because they're more intelligent, not because they're wiser, not because they're more experienced. It's because Reinhardt he's cursed to be the strongest. I think that's the best way to put it. He is cursed to be the strongest.
Mm-hmm.
And for that, people even hate him in his own universe for that reason.
His own drunk fucking dad.
Well, that too. I wasn't talking about that.
I mean, he also gets cooked by his own sword sometimes, bro.
Yeah, he can't draw a sword. He's only drawn it once ever.
Or twice, and it's against Puck, bro.
And then his own grandmother, because she was that much of a beast.
Yeah.
Can you imagine her with the blessings? Oh my god. But anyway, with that, so yeah, Cornelius does a thing. So it's the three of them fighting Cornelius. It's because Amelia's an active participant, and during that fight the whole time, Subaru is not trying to be the hero. He's letting Amelia do the work. He's the support in that fight. That's why they win, because he's not trying to outpower. He's not trying to outsmart. He's not even trying to save Amelia. He's letting her save him, which is some people find that emasculating. But Subaru literally says in season 4, I'll be the one getting whipped. So you guys remember that part. But yeah, Amelia gets a lot of love in that season. Once Subaru figures out his thing, which for some reason he knows a lot about stars, and she freezes everybody. Again, smart, because a lot of people would be like, oh, sorry, we gotta kill everyone. And she'd be like, no, I'll just freeze your hearts. I'll freeze everyone here, so they're not pumping. I'm not trying to figure out, pinpoint which one of the 57 are here. Have it. and then obviously, once Subaru does the unseen hand thing, and again, she fully trusts him. There's no hesitation, no fear in her eyes when a hand goes through her chest that she can't even see. She feels it, and the crazy thing is, she literally knows his battle cues. She literally knows his battle cues. She goes, that's where you are, which is even more of a tragedy that she doesn't even give into the sadness about that. But yeah, again, more hope. It's more hope. And then she rocks Cornelius. Oh my God, she rocks him hard.
Mm-hmm. She's beating the piss out of him.
Yeah, and that's arc I noticed. She sounds exactly like Kirby when she's fighting. Oh my God, it's like 1-to-1 Kirby. Yeah, exactly, dude. At least in the dub.
That shit's funny.
Dude, I love that. It's so funny. But again, it's all hope. It's all hope. Through it all, she's like, it's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine anyway. Which obviously Subaru pays the price, but because we see in that show he starts choking and his fingers are cut off. But after he dies that few times in that one little hour, he doesn't die again. And then entire arc. When he got his leg chopped off, I was like, well, that's the loop. That's the loop. Mm-hmm. Not from Cornelius, but from Lust. I was like, oh yeah, they're all. That's it. It wasn't it. That was not it.
No, it was not it.
Also, do you guys remember when he was in the water and they had this scene in the Shadow Garden where it was like the dogs, and then like the dragon comes and like the fires come and all that. That was such a thing that was just not explained. Just not explained how that works. My theory is that it's the curses. One, it's the curse from the dogs, because melee. And then two, it's the curse from the dragon blood. Because of lust.
They're like fighting inside of him.
Yeah. Plus, Cytella is there. So, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, so that's a whole thing. But the thing is, with Amelia as well.
whoa, you said Cytella was there?
No,
Yes.
Cytella is like connected to him. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
she's always there.
Yeah. Also, Typhon at the bottom of the city. What's going on there? That was obviously Typhon.
Yeah.
And that's exactly where Cornelius went.
That's exactly where Cornelius went, and we don't see his dead body, do we? Oh, he
Nope.
doesn't disintegrate
No body,
like
no
Betelgeuse.
proof.
Did he? Hey, remember, yeah. As we say in D&D, no body, no proof.
You say that in any fiction ever.
You say that in any fiction ever. Yes, that's true. That is pretty true. Or disintegrate like Cell. That's
Even
different.
then.
Even then, crazy. But as we continue on, everyone gets love that show in that season. Every single person. Especially Amelia. Which, by the way, Cornelius, which we find out that his 79th wife that he couldn't get was Fortuna. Crazy. And he was gonna get the daughter after. And he didn't realize who she was until he was in the hole. Now, as a writing standpoint, why make him realize that in the hole if he's not gonna come back later?
Well, also, they don't show him explicitly die. They show him, like, getting the fortitude to keep living, where he's like, I will not die. And he keeps, like, grabbing his heart.
Another thing, they said the city was built to trap a witch, not kill, because Cytella kills all the witches, remember? It's Cytella that kills them all. Trap. So that means when Typhon was down there, she was alive. Foreshadowing?
She's probably imprisoned under there, and then
Cytella
the
just
witch
kills her like
went,
that.
She dove into the water and went and choked her out.
Yeah. Also, Typhon has been coming up a lot in season 3 and 4. I wonder why. Because the first book we see in season 4 is Typhon's book.
I was
was
actually just telling Nick this the other day. But that ass, I have a theory on what book Subaru looked into to
So do I.
fucking
Say it at the same time.
What do you think?
Did we say it at the same time on 3? No, on go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Flugel.
His own.
Ah, interesting. I wasn't okay. You say yours first.
So okay, it's no thought that there is a huge theory that others have that
You're the same person.
he is technically Flugel.
I thought about the same thing.
But and that he did save Stella, but the whole thing is that she basically reset him basically for a reason. They didn't really say like the reason, but there is a reason why he did get reset. And so basically he looked into his book, which unlocked another basically like it's like what did I say? Basically, he got to see other lives that he didn't realize that he actually lived, and which snapped his fucking mind because it was the shock, basically. The other one was Rem's book.
But she's not technically dead.
No, see, But you're right on that. But it would explain the loss of his mind and his memories. Because Gluttony technically stole all that from Rem.
Interesting. Want to know my theory?
I'm
gonna start in the middle like a Tarantino movie. How convenient is it that Mealy's book shows up at that time, at that place, to where they see it immediately? How convenient is it to show up right in front of everyone on the first level, right there on the shelf? Very, very convenient. Almost like the people you know would be in that first level. Anyway.
Yeah.
The reason why I think it's Flugel, because remember Subaru goes, oh, that's it, and he runs into the library. I think what he's trying to do, he's trying to be like, oh, if Flugel made this stuff, he's going to know the answers to the puzzles. So he runs in and go reads his book. And if you remember what Beecher said, don't read the books like that or a lot, because they could mix with your mind. That's why he kept saying Mealy after he read her book, not before that. I think Flugel's in his head. The thing that's crazy though, written on his arm and the walls, Nazi Subaru was here, was in Japanese.
Yeah.
Not the language, because if you remember,
he's Japanese.
If you remember, Subaru lost his memory, meaning he doesn't know how to read and write in the Laguninga language.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think how he's going to get his memories back is not through some big thing or the big purple thing. I think at the very top, all his books should be there for every death. And that's how he gets his memories back.
That would make sense.
Yep. That's how I think it's going to happen. But I think he read Flugel's book.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's my theory. I actually don't know. But anyway, let's go back to Amelia real quick. Season 4. This is it. This is the big one. Season 4, Amelia. I'm going to skip to the very last episode. When she realizes, the first time she realizes that Subaru doesn't have his memories, she slaps herself in the face, saying, I don't have the right to feel like that. You're going through more than I am. Again, showing others above herself. Not through inferiority this time, because she actually cares. So, and that shows time and time again, even with strangers, even in season 1, saving that little kid, and saying where she could be finding the most important thing that could guarantee her entire kingdom. She decides to waste time on a little girl when that person could be getting away. Decided to save Subaru, who was getting beaten in that alley. She had no business of. Would literally lose nothing to leave them. Same thing here. Time and time again, it drills this into your head. So, when Subaru is there, Beatrice dies to save him. He drags Fox Kidna, which, by the way, why is her name Echidna? Oh my god. He drags Fox Kidna around, and again, she got put in half 3 times, crazy. And when he has the rock over his head, and this time it's completely justified. He can put her out of her misery. She's gonna die no matter what. Put her out of her misery so she doesn't suffer. But remember, murder is a habit. Even then, even to help this woman, he couldn't kill her. He still couldn't do it. After everything, he still couldn't do it. He lost his mind. Stairs scene happened. Still couldn't do it. Or a monster still couldn't do it still. And I think he loses it again. Mealy says, just go ahead and die. Restart the loop, bruh. Might as well. Saitella comes again. Second time popping up in this part. And then who saves him from Cytella? Emilia. Not himself, not some other wish. Emilia saves him from Cytella. Crazy. She literally slices the arms away. And like they decay, like glowing purple. Not the miasma, the arms. So they run and then first thing she asks, where's Beatrice? Yeah. Again, she sees Subaru's fine. Who needs help? Again, not thinking about herself. So this is where the scene happens, which I think is the best scene in the entire show, and I think will be the best scene from here on out. I think this is the epitome of what ReZero is and represents. This scene right here, this conversation, when they could have had flashbacks, they could have had a lot of things happen, more dynamic. No, it was grounded. It was one room, two people talking. That is it. And the songs that played from season 1, because it's season 1 of Subaru. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, my mouth was like open listening to those songs.
See?
Yeah. And so when that was happening, when she's talking and he's saying the truth about himself, which is not just his opinion, the truth about himself from what he knows, from what he's seen, from what the evidence is. Immediately rejects all that. She doesn't disregard it. She rejects it because she has faith, disregarding of what it is. She has faith that Subaru is Subaru. She has faith in saying, you know, the Subaru I know did this and that. You don't remember that? And he goes, no, I don't remember that. And then she keeps on talking. She keeps on going through everything. She keeps on going. She doesn't deny, or she doesn't reject anything. She continues on going, and she says why it's happening. And he goes like, why would anyone trust me with that though? And she says, for the first time, really, Emilia says, because that's the person I love. And it's not even the real Subaru. That's the tragedy of it all. But that Subaru already starts becoming what that real Subaru is. He, in that moment, understands why Subaru, the real Subaru, went through everything. Why he would do those things. Why he would put himself through that. He understands it's for Emilia. It's not for myself to become the hero. Because what does a Nijibaru do? He's like, status open. He thinks he's in an isekai. He thinks he's the main character again. Yeah. But it's here, right here he realizes, I will do anything for this woman. It happens again. He falls in love with her again after he was ready to murder her. He was going to rip her apart. Emilia shows, not tells, shows Subaru what he means to her. And that does it. Subaru goes back on that path again. And it tells you, no matter what happens, even if Subaru were to forever lose his memories, Subaru will always be Subaru. The whole season is about identity.
Yeah.
No matter what, Emilia will always be Emilia. Just Emilia. Just like Subaru would just be Subaru Natsuki. That is a meaning. Mm-hmm. That is why I love Emilia. To sum it up.
Or said sum it up?
Yeah. I could go on a lot more. So, in short, even shorter, in layman's terms, the writer writes characters good.
Yes,
that's
we
why.
know this.
Yeah. Anyway. So, Nick, what was your side?
Nick, your favorite
piece?
character?
Yeah.
Yo? Or said side piece. I'll say this.
Just like that.
I agree, because I feel like my top three for most emotional characters that I have felt the most emotion with is definitely Amelia, Betty, and it's always gonna be Rem. I think watching the first season at such a young age and not really, one, being a writer, and two, kind of looking at the series from like a surface, superficial way, never really made me understand why I even liked Rem in the first place. I just liked her because like she was cool, and obviously she was like so loyal to him, but I never understood like the real reason why that emotion is even invoked in general. I feel like, I don't know, there's just something about Rem and just, I don't know, seeing, I really like, because I can relate to character or a character that just like sum up her character. She felt satisfaction with Rom losing her horn and all that, and she literally smiled. She was happy that now she finally could like be above her in a way, because she felt so inferior to her, and her whole character is about feeling the guilt over that admission. And it's so interesting because that's like, she's so beloved, but that's such a hideous like moment for her. And I just like this series and how it plays out, because that is, even though it's told and everything, like there's not an explicit moment where Subaru's like, oh yes, even when this happened, like you're still fine, like it was a moment of weakness. We have to decipher that as the audience. Like, it's his actions that make her see that that one moment isn't what defines her and everything like that, which is all just leading up to why we love her. Her devotion to Subaru, and just, I don't know, it's not even just devotion, but it's like, I guess I'm kind of wrong in what I said earlier, because I was saying she's so selfish, like that she would do anything that he truly wants or believes in. But at the same time, she's so selfless, because even though like she does feel that way, she's able to put like Subaru's love for Amelia even above herself, which, I don't know, just something about that is just so sad. It's so sad that she's still so devoted to him and loves him in that way, even though she knows that he will never love her in the same way. And I don't know, it's just something about that. And I think the same feeling that we feel and I feel is the same way Subaru feels, because that's why in every arc since then, ever since she has had her memory stolen, he has always gone back to her. She's so important. He could have just had her like not really said anything about it and just been like, oh, we keep her here, and then like I'm trying to figure out like what to do. He specifically goes to Rom and gets her to realize that connection even when she's forgotten. Like, he's specifically doing things because he cares about her and he wants her, just like Julius. But the Julius situation is completely different, but they both have their memory stolen, but Rem isn't there to remind people who she is through her actions. Julius is. That's why his character is so interesting in season 4. Subaru reminds him, hey, even though no one remembers you, what does he still do? Even with that memory, he's still being who he is that night. He's still protecting people. He's still being selfless. He's still being honorable, which he reminds people and shows people that. And that's what Subaru's trying to do for Rem while she's not here. And I don't know, I just think it's the Rem part with the wishing song in the background. Just that whole, her confession just in general is, I told Jacob this. That is my favorite tie, like throughout the seasons in the entire story. I love the fact that she is the one that gave Subaru the strength to go.
I will say for me, the most emotional quote is that because you're my hero, Subaru. That will for always get me, no matter what. Even though I hear it like 500 more times.
Yeah,
it's still that good and still that like will always caress your heart.
I got chills just thinking about it, bro.
Yeah. Go ahead, continue.
Truthfully, that scene specifically has my by far favorite quote of all time, and out of that entire anime, and that is the "I hate myself" speech, because that was like deep. Like he literally pulled that from the depths. Like he
was honest.
He pulled a lot of emotion out, and he laid that shit out. And like you said, Rem made him feel comfortable enough just to like speak his fucking mind, you know, like that. It was very deep. And again, you see him talk about that shit again in this season as well with Amelia. Like it was heavy. It was very heavy.
It was very real.
Very real indeed.
Continue.
Indeed. But yeah, like I was saying, that connection throughout the storyline where it goes, Rem gives Subaru the strength to go forward, and in turn, he's able to give Amelia the strength to go forward in season 2, and in turn, Amelia is able to give Subaru the strength to continue forward in season 4. I love that connection so much. And I think the reason why I love that so much too, it isn't just like motivation. That's not the thing behind it at all. Because at the end of the day, the motivation comes from the person, the self, not from the person telling them what they're telling them. I think it's just a transfer of something so sincere and endearing, and just knowing what they're saying in such an endearing and sincere way, telling them that they love them, is what drives them to go forward, because they know someone like that loves them, because they have that person in their corner. You know, just the thought of them. Like a lot of instances, even in season 2, where Rem's already out, he can push forward because he has that memory of her, or he was trying to so bad because he has that memory of her saying that. And I don't know, that scene too, like just like you said, when she said that to him, like, "You're my hero," that scene has hit me. Like, I've seen that scene probably 4 or 5 times now because of rewatches and with other people and stuff. That scene has made me, that's the most emotional scene in my opinion. To me, it would have hit me the hardest in this entire series, because that part, bro, I don't know why it triggers me in that way, but I don't know, her sincerity and the fact that she is so selfless to love, like she has such a selfless love with him, and why she ends up getting devoured by gluttony, that just makes it so worse. Because she gets the worst version of it, because at least Crochet can still be herself. She doesn't remember herself, but at least she could still be there. She could still make an impression, even if she doesn't remember. Other people still love her, just like she's like a Subaru, like you said. Whatever, it's the like connection to the foreshadowing for Subaru in season 4. And then Julius, at least he has the chance to prove who he is. He has the chance to, and Subaru remembers, and even when Subaru doesn't, that is honestly, that's besides the Betty parts, my favorite part of season 4, and it's so subtle, is Julius is so devastated by like Subaru not remembering him, which makes perfect sense. And that comes right after, the woman that, and we don't know what the connection between Anastasia and Julius is yet. Like, that could be like a whole Subaru like Amelia type thing, which is heavily implied, by the way. But there's some type of love there. He just found out the person he was so devoted to wasn't even the real person. Horribly devastating news. And then the only person that remembers him doesn't remember. And also, I think it makes it worse because he actually liked Subaru and admires him in a certain way. And Subaru has been there for him in this tower. And then now he's even gone. And I think that the part that I love so much is that when Subaru's running and Julius like, oh, just leave me, I'll take care of it, like protect Anastasia. He still trusts Subaru to do this, which shows his character. He's able to trust in a person that he doesn't even have the memories of, or that doesn't possess his own memories. He still trusts his character to go forward. That is how like potent Julius is, and why he still is afforded the opportunity to prove who he is, which is a good man. Rem has none of that. She literally has nothing. She literally has nothing. She has the worst thing. She can't prove who she is through actions. She doesn't have anybody that remembers her or the good things that she's done or remember the love that they have for her anymore because Subaru's gone too. And like to top it all off, like I'm sure it's not explicitly said, but I'm sure other characters just see her as a burden because, oh, this is just something that Subaru just needs to have her, and like he's doing this. But in their mind, even Rom, before she realizes they're related, like, why the fuck is she here? Why are we going back for this sleeping person? Which in that whole part, that was the whole thing. Like, why are we going back for her? Why are we going back for her? You know? And I don't know. I just think it's so devastating that she's like rendered to like almost like a statue of what she was. It's almost like the analogy of it in my head is like if we went to like Russia and we saw a statue of a person that we were supposed to know, and it's just there and we know nothing of it, and we're just like, oh, whatever, and we just pass by it. That's how everybody else thinks of her. And now Subaru even thinks of her that way, because when he sees her there, he has zero emotion evoked because he doesn't remember her. It's even sadder because when she kills him in season 4, he doesn't even recognize her. That is the worst part. And I don't know. I think I even told Jacob this. With all the shit that she gets handed, she better have a good ending, bro. She better have a good ending. She is dealt the worst hand in this entire series. By far. Because even with Subaru dying all the time, at least he has the choice to go forward. Even without his memory, even without everything, he still is afforded the opportunity to act. She has nothing. But that carries into the whole thing of her like proclaiming that Subaru is her hero, because she's trusting, even if she did not say anything, even if it just happened and now this is the circumstance, subconsciously, or even the memory of her is still believing in him to save her. That's pretty fucking powerful. That even just a memory of her is making Subaru do all this shit just to help her. And this isn't even the woman that he loves. That is insane. And it's what? One season? One season is all we really get with her. And then that's it. But she's the most important character in the series, besides Amelia. Because no one else has gotten him to go forward like she has. She's always been there. Always been there. I don't know. And the voice actor does an amazing job as well. Mm-hmm. Obviously conveys that emotion really, really well. But I don't know. I think also another thing with Rem I like so much, and what I think carries on with Subaru, I think if this never happened with Subaru, like let's just say he gets past the whale, let's just say if everything progresses the same way to season 2 and he doesn't see Rem, even though that wouldn't happen without her, but let's just say it does. The part where he goes back to the sanctuary and Amelia is like crazy and she's just like, oh, I love you so much, and she's like insane, he probably would have just fell for it. he probably, even knowing, would have just been like, okay, I'm gonna give in. She loves me now. Yeah, he definitely would have gave in.
Yeah.
But because he saw the sincerity with Rem, and even what was important to her wasn't who he loved. It was that he was happy and that he did what he truly wanted to do, not out of someone else's decision or action. And that makes him realize, like you said, the fake Amelia saying, "Oh, I love you," doesn't mean anything because it's not her. Just like Subaru saying, "I want to run away," doesn't mean anything because that's not what he truly wants. So that Rem is so important. It's so bad. I pray to God that she comes back. I pray to God. Like, if she really doesn't come back, I will actually be devastated, like, unironically.
That's why it's so devastating when you see her kill Subaru, and like I'm guessing she killed Rom too because she was leaning on her wheelchair. Yeah. So you know?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was Flugel in Ron's body.
100%.
Ren's body.
Yeah.
Because if you look at her smile, is the exact same smile that Subaru had when he kills Mealy. Sorry, but you broke the rules. Yeah. Exact same smile. And these people have distinct smiles. Betacuse has the same smile. No one else has that. Echidna has a certain smile. No one else has that. These characters are very, very distinct. And I'm just theorizing it's Flugel. I don't know if it's Flugel or not. Like I said, I don't go past the anime and the light novel. Or web novel. I read the web novel.
When is the next episode?
This month, baby!
Actually, in this week.
This Wednesday,
week,
right?
I'm pretty sure.
Or tomorrow?
Thursday.
Thursday. It went to Thursdays? I thought it was Wednesdays.
It's Thursday because last week before the cutoff it was also Wednesdays.
Oh my god, I can't wait!
Thursday,
and it's every Thursday, right?
Every Thursday.
Yeah, this man Motivates was like, "Oh yeah, Re:Zero's coming out this week," and I was like, "I don't give a fuck."
What a coincidence
like,
is it that Nick, you
he was
finished
like, "Why?" And I was like, "Dog," I was like, "We already seen the episode."
Insane, by the way.
I was like, "Dog, we already seen the episode. We literally seen it fucking 3 months early."
That's true. You saw it.
I've been waiting for the episode after.
Yeah,
that's what I'm waiting for.
I'm sure.
I'm waiting for answers.
I'm waiting for answers. We're waiting for answers. Dude, there's so many theories that I have, dude. So you know Amelia on the third trial in season 2, when she was like she was hearing things from the future.
Yeah,
there was something that Felt said in that thing. I think what she said was, "I don't care if I have to kill a dragon." And I said, "Huh?" I said, "Huh? What do you mean by that?"
Yeah. I was actually when I rewatched this whole season with Frob, and there was some things said in that season that actually were already said in season 3 and in season 4. And I was like,
crazy.
Hold on. I was like,
these are real. These are real.
Yeah, I was like, these are real. Hold on.
Like, well, bro, when she hears Felt said, I don't care if I have to kill a dragon. Lagunica's thing is it has a covenant with the dragon, and I'm pretty sure that Lust has the blood of a dragon in her, which she said is completely separate from the gospel things, and
they look so similar.
And I'm pretty sure Felt is from the royal bloodline because the insignia reacted to her.
Yeah. She's definitely from the royal bloodline, and she has a divine protection.
And I'm pretty confident that Lust is also from that royal bloodline, the one that died that like 400 years ago.
I mean, if you really look at Felt and Lust, they kind of have similar faces.
They have
very similar builds, very similar faces,
similar build, hair color, everything.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense.
It would make a lot of sense. And with that dragon part, the dragon is getting talked about a lot and a lot and a lot more. And what is Roswell's main goal?
Kill the
To
dragon.
kill the dragon.
To kill the dragon. And who is he, what I just said earlier in this podcast, who he could be interlinked with?
West.
There's something going on there. There's something going on there.
Definitely.
But
also, actually finish your theory, guys. I'll add on to this.
you're still on it. The thing though, it's very, very funny that that Fox Kidna is a thing, and her name is Echidna. Very weird. But how long exactly has she been Anastasia?
10 years.
10 years?
10 years.
I thought it was recently.
No, she said 10 years. How long has she been?
Has she been
Anastasia?
Anastasia?
A year.
A year.
Since season 3, the beginning.
So is she the one that called everyone there? Echidna? Is she the one who's beginning really, really close to Felt for some reason that we still don't know the reason of?
Good question.
Yeah. Why is she getting close to Felt? Because as we saw in the tunnels, she's practical. Even when people are losing their minds, her losing her mind is going to the extreme practical route. Subaru's more important in this situation than Ram is, so I'll kill Ram because they're both going to argue.
Yeah.
Even when they're losing their minds, her worst is being not irrational, going to the
Logical.
extreme rational thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the reason why Subaru found her out is because the way she was talking. She's like, "Oh, Anastasia would never do that, even if like she's not that like cold."
Mm.
Yeah. She's pragmatic to the extreme. Why is she so close to Felt right now? And how does she know what she wants is specifically here in the tower? I think this goes into my other theory of why Otto has a freaking book of wisdom and no one knew about for a year.
Yeah, he did take a tome.
Yeah.
He took Roswell's tome.
What is happening? Why did Super not know about it for a year? What is happening? A merchant and a merchant, huh?
This is what I mean by Otto is such a good character, bro, because he plays this like innocent, calm, like friendly
timid
person, but like there are so many secrets around this motherfucker. Like, it's actually insane.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's something going on there, bro. All three of those people are connected.
See, even Subaru is able to read him at some points when he does do this shit too, because it's been shown in season 2 where he's like, "Oh, like you were trying to get closer to the Margrave because through me, blah blah blah." Like there's recognition in certain things, and then there's certain things that he's just been holding for fucking 5 ever now that he's closer.
I will say this too. I don't think Otto is bad though, because he could have kept the Tome of Wisdom completely secret. The fact that he tells him that admission, he didn't even ask. That tells me that he trusts Subaru, and he gives his reason. It's a valuable thing that, like, if they can use, it's incredibly potent. And now, with the whole deal that happened, Roswell can't use it. If he uses it, he directly betrays the fucking thing that they have,
and his soul
because he would be
dies.
plotting against them, and he would disintegrate. So, it's interesting.
So, onto my theory. What you guys were saying about the dragon and all that. Do you remember in season 2 what I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Beatrice. But It's either Beatrice or Amelia, but one of them says something specific about Roswell, and it's about his makeup and how it looks familiar to the other dude that was there in their backstory. The other like
jester person,
one that had like the clown makeup, and mm-hmm. and they say specifically, it's silly. It's funny how you wear the same makeup as him, and they reference this. So what I thought about was, what if he's wearing that makeup to get deep?
What do you mean?
As in, like, to get into where he needs to go. He steals the look because they never explain what happened to him. They just explain about the sanctuary. Yes.
The guy who attacks him is technically a witch, right? Because he's the epitome of melancholy. I remember him saying that.
Yeah.
So he would be a witch, but the male version of that. So what, a warlock?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I don't remember him saying warlock, but he is the I forget what he says specifically, but I remember him saying that he's like the witch of melancholy, or he is melancholy. That's his thing. Also, how many fucking witches are there? Like, that part is so confusing to me,
bro. Who knows?
Yeah, because we got Vanity, and then one episode 400 years ago, yes, melancholy. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, so we just keep getting
thing.
Yeah, we keep getting like hidden references of different witches. So I'm like, Also, what happened to Hector?
What's his name? Hector?
Yeah, that's his name. That's who I was trying to. I couldn't put the name in, but that's what I'm saying. They never said what happened to him. They literally just said the sanctuary went up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the sanctuary was to protect them and protect that area from him.
Now Roswell's wearing similar clothes.
And now Roswell's wearing similar clothes and similar makeup.
And yeah, and Echidna's not in her body, but Cytella killed her, so it wasn't that? Huh? You know?
You know something else?
Stuff.
Uh-huh.
Bro. I lost my train of thought for that one. Never mind.
Also, I want to say this too. It doesn't explicitly say how Cytella kills all of them. I'm positive how she killed them is just like how Subaru killed Amelia that one time. I'm positive that she just like literally wherever they are in the entire world, like her power just crept on their hearts and just killed them.
Yeah, because she's envious.
I'm positive that's how it happened, because it would make sense. Because if you look at but the two bodies of the witches that we've seen so far, they're both not like destroyed, like ripped apart or corrupted. Like Echidna is laying in a fucking casket, perfectly fine, and Typhon is below a city, trapped before the witch even killed her. Yeah, literally like Tai Lung, crazy. Both Pride, by the way. But the crazy thing is, like, I really think Cytella kills people like via through the spirit and not physically. That's why I think Echidna even had the direct remedy to not be affected by it when they're talking about it in the fucking tea party. Like, Echidna knew exactly what was going to happen. That tells me that Cytella didn't go there physically to kill them. I don't know. There's something so weird about that. Also, I have a theory that obviously Flugel is fucking Subaru. It's so painfully obvious.
I actually don't know.
It's so obvious. It has to be him. He
there
looks
is another
exactly like him. He looks exactly like him. The clothes the old girl has matches his exact colorway. It's literally taken off his fucking jumpsuit.
She knows modern lingo. She says Gucci.
Yeah, modern lingo. Yeah, bro, she knows lingo from the time of Subaru. He's clearly Japanese because he knows fucking kanji. And and with Subaru too, Subaru says his name, Subaru Natsuki. He said it, Natsuki Subaru. That is the way Japanese people do it, by the way. Flipped. So no, he is definitely him. Like looking like him, smelling like him, the witch, all of those things. It just proves that to me. My thing though, and what I think happened is I think that my theory, it was a very similar situation. I think he was summoned 400 years ago though. This split off version of or whatever was summoned 400 years ago. And that's why he did all these things. But in my opinion, what I think happened is, because do we have the full story of every what if?
I actually don't know. I know he releases one every April, which is Subaru's birthday.
So to add on to that, there is a current theory about that, and like what you just said, everything was like pretty accurate. But they don't think it's Flugel's Subaru. Well, they think Flugel's Subaru's dad.
I don't think so. I don't think he is.
I don't think so either. But that's one of the biggest theories right now.
Do you know why I don't think that either? For a couple things. One,
Subaru's dad's cool.
Flugel is exactly. Flugel is clearly like very manipulative, and his dad was nothing like that. That's first of all. Second of all, if it was his dad, his lingo would be vastly different.
That is true.
Because he's 30 fucking years older than him, or however much older. But his lingo would be way, way different. It would be 80s lingo, 90s lingo, which is very different from modern lingo. So that's my whole thing. Two, there actually is a what if story for every single thing except for MV. Because that's technically the true canonical story of ReZero. My theory, because I just needed to confirm that before I said it, my theory is that Flugel is the what if for MV.
You took that from me. I told you that one.
Without Amelia,
you let me off.
I think without Amelia, he like falls to Satella's thing. I think there's something with Satella and Flugel where he's trying to do all this stuff. Maybe he even, because he's no, something's just off. Something's just off. Echidna knew Flugel.
I could add on to that.
That's a fact.
I could add on to that. Who is Betelgeuse's master? Flugel. The one who gave him
cultists.
The what? The thing in the
witch factor.
The witch factor, which in turn, when he dies, he gives it to Subaru. That's one thing to think about. Also, who planted the big tree? Flugel. And what was the only thing that killed? Yeah, that was the thing that killed the white whale at that time, at that specific place. Also, Subaru would never have known that, but he knew that because not only could he return by death, he saw his phone the time before he died, which people won't never know the exact minute when something comes. Subaru did. Also, I want to point out
a lot of these things are so coincidental to him. That's why I think Flugel has to be him. He has to be.
Another thing I want to point out is that Saitella was told to have killed half the world. Half the world was killed by Saitella, by the way. 400 years ago. When was that tower put up? And how long has Shala been waiting there? 400 years ago. 400 How long has been Typhon been locked up down there? 400 years ago. When did Saitella kill the seven witches?
There's a reoccurring thing.
Yeah. 400 years ago. When was Kariagi put up in that Japanese style? 400 years ago. When was the Saitella locked away in the dragon? In the thing? She was never killed, by the way. All the witches were killed. She was never killed. She was so strong. The swordsman, Flugel, and the dragon had to team up against her to lock her away. 400 years ago. Go ahead.
My theory too about Flugel, I think I have like just a theory that Satella was Flugel's Amelia because Amelia didn't exist at that time. I just have a huge theory about that. And I also have a theory which would drive Flugel insane, which would drive Flugel to be who we think is the other person in Subaru, has to be. How crazy would it be though if like you have to sacrifice your emotion to seal away Satella, who's obviously going insane, blowing up the world, and then when you're sealing her away, you find out Satella loves Subaru in the future, not you, buddy.
Yikes.
Another thing to add to that,
him to hate him so much.
Another thing to add to that, she does say in season 2, before he disappears and he leaves the tea party, she says, "One day you will have to kill me."
Yeah, please kill me. Mm-hmm.
She tells him specifically, "You have to kill me."
Mm-hmm. And another thing as well, it's very funny, very, very funny. The Kariagi was made by someone who's from Japan.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. The greatest inventor, by the way, because they had knowledge from the other world. Also, Flugel's puzzle was from a constellation from Earth. Only someone from Earth would know that. No one else would know
and
that.
Someone who knew something about the stars, aka Subaru.
So there's two people with huge libraries. One was Echidna's library that Beatrice took over, right? Two was Flugel. Who made the Book of Wisdom? Who made the Tome of Wisdom?
No, technically Echidna. But my whole thing though is, did she actually make it though?
Want to know my theory? That's not your guys' theory. I don't think Flugel is Subaru. I think he is somehow, with his foresight or something, he's able to make if he is able to make Tome of Wisdom, he's able to go. If he's able to go and read the books himself, all these books, if he knows these people, it means he has to have known Subaru was coming, and so he's read all his books, so he knows Japanese that way. You should see, viewers. You should see Nick's face. His mouth literally dropped to the floor. That opens up. If he knows these books and he finds these people out, and if he can read these books, these people who died, Subaru dies all the time. These people who die, then he knows their life. But if he's able to see the future, he knows how everyone will die. So he's able to see how everything happens. That's why he's the sage, not because he's strong. It's because not even because he's smart. It's because he literally knows everything. That's how he tells Shaula this. And remember what happens, what Beatrice says, if you read these books, they have a chance of staying in your mind. Your minds will mix together. And it's not just Flugel. Subaru's mind has stayed, a piece of him has stayed inside of Flugel. This is my theory. I don't know. Which would in turn made Shaula wear orange and black, have this monolingual, and she says, "Oh, he looks nothing like Flugel, but she smells exactly like him," which would make turn Saitella be there as well. What?
Also, I will say this. That actually makes a lot of sense, which is crazy. Yeah. But I do think that now that you're saying this, my new train of thought immediately went to this. I do think that Flugel is still Japanese. My reason for that is this. Even if that was Subaru and he went in the past, right? To create the Kariagi style and all that. For some reason, I feel like Flugel has to be, maybe he's Japanese from 400 years ago in Japan, because
everything is old
all
style.
The style houses, the ancient style. The Subaru did not live in an ancient style house. He did not practice the ancient style, like
Even had a
laying
bed.
on mats
He
and
wasn't,
shit.
like,
He didn't do
Buddhist.
any of that. No, he was so futuristic. They would have had like more futuristic housing. His is so ancient. And how would he even know like how to create that too? That is weird too. Which tells me, because especially back in the day, like Japanese people drew really well. So he probably could draw everything he remembered too. Especially if he's so smart, which makes him flugel. That would make him understand Japanese too. Also, I'll say this too. He isn't Subaru. He probably isn't Subaru, and he is an older Japanese person too. Because even if he knows Japanese and he read the books and that's how he knows the lingo, Subaru never calls himself Natsuki Subaru, even though he's Japanese. That is a trait that would have showed up if he was Subaru, because he would have just been like Subaru Natsuki was here.
Exactly.
The fact that he says Natsuki Subaru, that is very old Japanese style. That is very traditional, which Subaru isn't at all.
No, he's very modern.
So that actually could be it. Actually, wow, he could.
You know, you were just talking about the tome too. I just thought about something with the tome, right? The tome, there's the Tome of Wisdom, but we also have
The Gospels.
the Gospels.
Which, by the way,
Gospels, yeah.
all the archbishops
made by Flugel.
Which, by the way, all the archbishops make Subaru elevate coincidentally to be at the exact place at the exact time. What were Lust's standards? Her conditions. You give up the city. You give us the Tome of Wisdom, which made Otto confess. Give us the artificial spirit, which was Echidna, not Beatrice. And then 4, don't interrupt the wedding. All things Subaru went into. It's like it's guiding Subaru, railroading him. And every time he goes off that track, he dies.
Do you know what's interesting though too? I'm just so, maybe Flugel isn't bad. Like if this is him, he's doing horrible shit. But maybe he's guiding Subaru to this path. Like he's forcefully making him go but maybe this is the trial. Maybe this is the trial beyond just Reed. Is that like he has no memories, yet he still accomplishes this. For Subaru personally.
Yeah, that whole thing with Reed is crazy too. But it is kind of weird.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
It's very, very weird that even Reinhardt was not able to get to the tower. But someone who could die and restart can. They could maneuver around it, know what to do before something irreversible could happen, because that shot would kill almost anyone. And even
I think Reinhardt could have blocked it though.
Even Cornelius, if he were to get there, he would still not be able to reach the tower.
Yeah.
If you're able to get where the flowers are. And even then, how do they get there? Not through the front door.
Well, because the tower will just move away from you for strong people.
No, it wasn't moving away. It was time dilation in the way to get there, in the area around it. And by the way, when the space broke open and they fell through because they did the anti-magic thing, they fell through. Still, why? In the episode 11, why did that happen? Why did they fall through? Everyone think, oh, it's so cinematic. Why did it happen though? Why did that happen? A thing with that as well. When he looked down, he sees the memories of the past Subaru. Why? Why can't he see that? Why did he restart? He didn't die. He was still holding on to Amelia. Why did he restart?
That part is actually so crazy. Yeah. We should
End it soon.
reach a stopping point on this. Yes.
Cedric.
We can talk about theories next.
Yeah, we talk about more ReZero after as well. This is like a 3. We recorded for over 3 hours now. Nice. I do want to say my theories though, if I'm right, but whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Save them because they might change low key at the end of the season.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna get confirmed though.
or they might get more elaborate.
We'll see. Okay, yeah, we'll just see how it goes. We could end it here. Any last words on this? Which I will say I haven't said it yet. This is my favorite anime to ever exist. It is taken the top by storm, and every season it proves to be better than the last.
I literally have 3 ReZero tattoos. Like, it's clearly my favorite.
And I will say,
Nick, the outro since you did the intro.
Yeah.
Sitting at 3 hours and 24 minutes and 56 seconds, which will obviously be edited down once Jacob, the editor, the mastermind of it, goes through it. But thank you for stopping by this episode. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you are here and you didn't make it to the end, leave in the comments your favorite moment of ReZero.
Or tell us why we're wrong.
And tell us why. Yeah, and tell us why we're wrong about everything. And like the video and subscribe. Make sure to watch the previous episodes. And yeah, goodbye for now. Have a good one.